What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, friends and family? I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for continuing to hold me down. Hold on one second. What up, Dower? You said you this is your first time missing that Teach intro, Anton. I haven't added it into the new software. That's all. But Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Make sure that y'all tap into the Teach. Teach. Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Dang, y'all already got opinions. When are you changing your name? Changing what name? My name is Anton. What? What is going? Are y'all stoned today? Are y'all stoned out today? What's going on? What's happening, y'all? Let me know what's happening inside of the chat. It's like everybody has lost their mind. I don't know what it is. Everybody is anxious and extra and all of these things. What's happening, y'all? Sheesh Vincent, you said good morning. This week went by quickly. You think so? For me, it seemed like it was a long week. I ain't even gonna cap. It is Friday. I've watched plenty of your videos, but this is my first time on the Millionaire Morning Show. Well, welcome. You are in, I think, for a treat. On Fridays, we like to take it a little bit easier. And so, we joke around a little bit more and all of that stuff. And it's so funny that you coming in this week. This is your first week rocking out with us. The reason why it's funny that it's the first week that you rocked out with us is because this is the first week where we pretty much changed everything. We extended the show, all of that. So shout out, welcome to all of the new folks. Welcome to all of the old folks. Welcome to everybody that's in the building. What up, y'all? How y'all feeling? Joe Gunn says Slimmy was right. I'm glad that y'all enjoying After Hours. I'm glad that y'all enjoying all of the shows and Room 9 and all of that. I got a question, though. So I was thinking this morning on my way into the studio, and I was thinking to myself, what if we did After Hours on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays? And then whatever, because that's kind of like the core of the show. Instead of doing Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, what if I did Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and then Mondays and Fridays I experimented and did something a little bit differently? What do y'all think about that inside of the chat before we get started? You live in Europe, Germany? Nice. What if I moved the Fridays to Wednesdays, and then you got Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, instead of having Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays for After Hours? What do y'all think about that? Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Y'all like that idea? You know what else I figured out? Also, what I'm thinking? I think that people, I'm going to keep that thought to myself. I'm going to keep that thought to myself. Osriel says, what will be on Friday? Well, you would have to see and find out. You have to wait and find out. I have so many thoughts, man. I'll tell you. And when I'm saying I'm having so many thoughts, I have a lot of thoughts about life, like different things that I would want to say that I think that in a normal situation or in the past, I would be less inclined to not say it. So I would say whatever it is that's on my mind and I would let the chips fall where they may. Um, Nowadays, I'm a lot more reserved. And I think that that comes from, I think I've kind of been trained by culture, society, and even people in my real life to just move differently. You know what I'm saying? I think one of the things that made me unique all of these years and what drove me is that I kind of lived with my emotions on my sleeve. And what that means is not that I was emotional publicly, but I would make sure that whatever I did, I was really passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? Any words, any thoughts that I had, anything that I said, right or wrong, that people disagreed or agreed with me, I would be really passionate about it because what you seen from me wasn't performative. It was based off of the fact that I really, really believed it. You know what I'm saying? Now I become a lot more reserved. And even when people say stuff to me sometimes, I don't react the same way that I did. And in a way it's good and in a way it's bad. It's good in that I know that I could probably control the outcome better. It's bad in that I'm not sure if that's just uniquely me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is. Like I'll see stuff, and whereas I would usually pop off or say something or address it, I'm less likely to address it nowadays. Like even when it comes to like people that surround me in real life, I find myself in a space where I'm just more like, you know what, let's just focus on keeping the peace versus addressing a situation. I just don't care as much anymore. What up, Ange? What up, John Teal? What up, K Cooper? I just don't care to share my thoughts anymore. I just let people do whatever it is that they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even address people in the chat and stuff like that no more as much. Like I entertain and I interact, but like if I see somebody or if I see something that I don't agree with, I just be like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I used to go off. I used to really, really let people have it and stuff like that. I just I don't care. I don't care. Or at the very least, I don't care to address it. I don't care to entertain it. I don't care to go back and forth. You says, I think that comes with getting older and not having time for the BS. Maybe that's a part of it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm more introspective, less outwardly vocal. I care more about the entertainment than people knowing what my inner thoughts are. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care for people to know what I think anymore. Even people that are closest to me, a lot of times they'll say, "Well, what are you thinking? What are your thoughts?" And I'll just be like, hmm, "I'm not thinking anything." You know what I'm saying? I just Maybe it'll be different a month from now. I don't know. But for right now, I'm just kind of like, and for a while, it's kind of just been like, I don't care to share my thoughts. I like to keep my thoughts with me. Sometimes I even get to the point to where I'll laugh. I could laugh about something within myself, and I don't even care for anybody else to know about it. You know what I'm saying? I just like chilling and being with me more than I like other people. Right? Oh, what are y'all doing fighting in the comments on Friday at 9:52 a.m. Eastern? What is that? How do y'all wake up and be on negative energy? Y'all, that is like, that gotta be demonic, bro. It gotta be. You just woke up. You just woke up. How you mad in the morning? Y'all don't even let the day kick your butt first. You just be mad when you wake up. Y'all need help, bro. Y'all genuinely need help. God bless you, bro. Let me read some of these cash apps and then we're going to go ahead and get started with the show. I want to address, well, let me address this quote really quickly. I always like to address a quote. The quote is specifically from Benjamin Franklin. I know yesterday's quote got people up in arms a little bit. Trill says we got to get back to prayer to start the show. I pray before I start the show, not even when I'm on the show. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because I don't believe that everybody deserves your prayers. I'm not trying to heal the world no more. I'm not chasing people. I'm not trying to help people figure out what their life is. They're going to have to figure it out, and they're going to have to seek guidance and insight and adjustments for themselves. I think we got to let people, don't worry about it. I'm going to talk about it with the first, after this quote. The quote says, beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. And I think that extends beyond just money. That's a life lesson. There are small little, well, let's look at it from a financial perspective first, right? Every time I go through somebody's budget, and we have these conversations a lot of times about how people are saying that life is unaffordable. I don't believe that life is unaffordable. I believe that your lifestyle is unaffordable. And I believe that everybody believes that they deserve more than what they can earn and more than what they can pay for. I've never seen more specialty stores pop up outside than right now in every single city. I remember when Starbucks, when that first popped on the scene, that was supposed to be like a specialty thing. Like, oh, you special. You get into it if you go to Starbucks. Because it was always normal for people to make their regular coffee. Somehow Folgers fell out of favor with everybody. Somehow everybody forgot how to make their own coffee at home, and they felt like you should be able to go to the store and be able to get a latte, frappe, coffee, whatever it is. And just, you deserve that. Now it's been normalized. They've taught you how to overspend. And every time that I look at somebody's budget, usually I can tell who they are and what their lifestyle is based off of where they put their money at. It's crazy. I remember the jingle. Folger, what was it at? Folgers in your cup. Something like that. I don't remember what it was. But I remember people used to make their own coffee. They used to get the big old red circle thing of Folgers. Actually, I remember it was a metal can at one point, I believe. It was a metal can. I remember when you used to go to the regular grocery store, right? And you would go and get whatever you needed for the day or for the next couple days, and you ate leftovers. We don't even believe in leftovers no more. We don't believe in leftovers no more. Hey, every day it's a new meal. Now, people don't want to go to the grocery store unless they can go to Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, It's a Whole Foods in every city on every corner, except for in the black neighborhoods, but we're going to get to that shortly. And I'm thinking to myself, when did everybody start going to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's? Now you have to have a membership to go to certain places. I didn't know that everybody. Sam's Club and Costco was never supposed to be for regular people. It was supposed to be for people that bulk buy and business owners. Now, that's just a part of life. Everybody go to Sam's Club. What's up, Tabby? I'm telling you, bro, like, I look at life and I look at society, right? 100,000, let's not even go 100,000. A $70,000 car was a luxury vehicle that was reserved for people that had done exceptional things and made exceptional money in their life. Now, people feel like they deserve, because your first car was supposed to be one that you can pay cash on. Actually, for the guys, your first car was supposed to be the car that you could work on. That's how you learned how to take care of yourself. That's how you learned how to be a man, is that you had to go. I remember when I was 18, 17, 18 years old, I spent so much time at Murray's. Well, now they call it O'Reilly's, but it used to be called Murray's where we was from. And it was, AutoZone, a version of AutoZone. I spent so much time talking to the mechanics and the people behind. In order to work at Murray's, which is AutoZone, you had to have a lot of knowledge about cars, because everybody that walked in there was going to be asking you, hey, man, this is what's going on with my alternator. This is what's going on. My car won't start. It'll start, but it won't stay on. And then the mechanic will tell you, well, you know what? Is your battery doing a charge? And it would be some old man, black or white. It didn't matter. And it'd be some old man that was used to working on cars and all of this stuff. And they would give you the game. And it was like, you know what? If it's not holding a charge, then it's probably your alternator. It's probably draining your battery. And that's how you figured out how to be a man. You had to go and figure it out and test it. And you spent a lot of times, you thought it was going to take you a Saturday to get your car done. And 6 hours later, you finally did it. But when you finished it, it was a sense of accomplishment. And you cared more about your stuff because you had to actually work for it. You had to work to buy it. You had to go and work on it. You had to do all of this stuff. Going to the junkyard because you don't want to order the regular part. And you say, you know what? You will have to call around. I remember you have to call around to the junkyard and say, hey, listen, you got the shifter for this, or you got the quarter panel for this, or you got this or whatever, so on and so forth. And you had to take your car apart and figure it out and all of the snaps and everything. And so you would call around and they say, yeah, we got it, but you got to take it off yourself. So you have to get your tools together, go over to the junkyard, take it off because that car had the part that you needed, come back, take it and put it back on. And that was the way that you learn how to work on cars. Now, we've told our sons, I'm a buy you a car. We feminized our sons. We feminized our sons. We believe that everybody deserves what they can't afford. And so now the cost of living has exploded because we don't have the same standards for our lives that come along with the lessons that make us who we are as people. It's crazy. Insane how we've changed our lives. We have evolved and we forgot who we are. And if you look at your budget, it's a microcosm of who you are. It's a reflection of what you've become. Real talk. Guys don't know how to change a tire no more. It's insane to me. What do you mean you don't know how to change a tire? What? I asked the guy the other day, a young bull, I said, what's righty tighty, lefty loosey? Said what? He was looking, couldn't figure it out. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. What do you mean? What is righty tighty, lefty loosey? Had no clue. No clue. There's somebody in the chat right now. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. What the heck is that? Have no idea what the difference is between a flathead and a Phillips. No idea. You couldn't go to the shop when your sounds was messed up. You had to figure it out. You know what? Oh, man. It's a lot of interference. I need an equalizer. Everything is different now. Everything is different. The men is just as useless as some of the women that they talk to. And they all complaining about each other. In real life, the only people that are truly complaining about each other are the people that are useless themselves. They don't know nothing. Have nothing. Have never used a drill in their life. Hands is too pretty. They don't know how to cut their own hair. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, you don't know how to edge your own beard up? That's a rite of passage. When you eventually go and get you some Andes edgers, at the very least, you go and get yourself some Wahl, W-A-H-L clippers. I couldn't believe it. Dudes was complaining, man, I can't believe they charging this at the barbershop. You got to make a reservation. Make a reservation? What you talking about? Go get you some guards. Go get you some clippers. Go get you some edgers. And you will have them for the next 20 years. What do you mean? You don't know how. I mean, if you go, that's a luxury, but it's not a requirement. So if you don't have no money to go and get your hair cut, if it's not in the budget, you just gonna wolf it out? You said they be in Sephora with y'all now? Crazy. Crazy. That was the only reason why guys ever went into the beauty supply store, was go and get their edgers and their clippers. Go get the gray joints. Yeah, the T outliners, all of that. And I hate it when I dropped them. Shoot. Dropping your edgers was almost worse than dropping your cell phone and thinking that they got cracked. Because 9 times out of 10, that was it. It was over for them. Dropping your edgers, shoot. And it be chipped on the end just a little bit, was just as bad as today dropping your cell phone. And I will tell you, I went over somebody's budget the other day on a coaching call. Went out to the coaching call. Other day, I looked at somebody's budget. And when I look at somebody's budget, I don't look at what they propose. I look at their bank statements. And so when I went through the bank statements, all I seen was dumb stuff. Chips at the store. And you can tell because it'll just say the gas station, but it won't actually be no gas on it. It'll be some miscellaneous buy. $5.79, $2.32. Oh, you out there, you buying drinks at the gas station, candy. DoorDash. Insurance is killing them. Insurance is killing them. Destroying their budget. A lot of y'all would be able to pay off y'all debt if you just had a little bit of discipline. A little bit of dedication to your budget. You will be able to change the trajectory of your finances if you cut out all of the little BS. We got Netflix and don't watch Netflix. I can't tell you the last time that I turned on Netflix We got all these little things that we think that we gonna need and ain't never gonna need. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. So then I look at somebody's budget and they say, oh my God, I make $100,000 a year and I can't afford life. That's because you messed up in the way that you go about spending your money. I have to get my car detailed. What happened to going and putting some money inside of the vacuum thing? I remember a point where I used to take the orange, long orange extension cord, plug it up, had it coming outside, and took the inside vacuum because it had a hose attached to it, and that's how you would vacuum out the inside of your car. That's how you vacuum the inside of your car. You know, I seen somebody that had a budget for smoking. You can't complain about money if you got a tree habit. You can't complain about money if you got to make sure you go and get your smokes. You can't afford to be high. Getting high and drugs is a luxury. It is not a requirement. There are people that have a budget for their drugs. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Yeah, man, I got to go over to the dispensary. I thought you just said you was broke. I thought you said that life was kicking you in the butt. How you smoking? Oh, you must be getting to it. You must be getting to the bag if you a smoker. I think that all smokers should be rich. I don't believe that anybody poor should have access to smoke. No smoke for the poor. You can't afford, not mentally to be incapacitated or financially. You can't afford to smoke. How you gonna be a addict, a broke addict? How you gonna spend money at the dispensary, but then tell me that you ain't got money to take care of your kids? Bro, I know dudes that will get a baby mama the third degree about buying something for their kid, but smoke every day. They will give their baby mama the third degree about going to get their kids some school stuff, uniforms, and they smoke every day. And then they'll be there, sit on here inside of my chat talking about, yeah, man, get them. Forget these hoes. What do you mean? What do you mean? You smoking? You got a habit? I don't see how people can be broke and playing video games. What do you mean you got money for the next release? What do you mean you got a $600 system? The only thing in their house that's nice is they setup in order for them to game. Whether you computer, you're a PC player, or you on a console. What do you mean? You paying subscription? You got to pay your monthly subscription. You got to pay your Game Pass? You broke. You don't have no time to do anything except for to go and get some money. How you got the best TV? You poor. This whole house is poor except for your setup. How you poor? How you a poor gamer? That's insane to me. That is literally insane. Oh man, I got to get the new. Look, you tell them, hey man, listen, did you go vote? Man, voting don't mean nothing. But I tell you what, that new Madden, it hit on such and such date at this time, and I got it already set up for midnight. I've already purchased it, and all it's going to do is download. As soon as it downloads, I'm in there. So you're going to pay to game but voting is free, and it take you maybe 30 minutes to do so, and you don't know nothing about it. So the people that determine what happens and how much you're going to get taxed and what happens inside of your district, you don't have no regard. You don't understand nothing. You don't know when nothing is going on. But you know exactly when Madden drops. They know every statistic about LeBron, and LeBron wouldn't give them a time of day. They know every statistic about the finals, but don't know nothing about their own budget and their own life. What's your numbers? What is your numbers? How many points you put up today? How much money you go and get? How many bills have you then successfully paid off? How did you put your son and your daughter in a better position to be able to afford college? You got no points on the board, but yet you pocket watching, you counting everybody else's dollars. I was looking at what was going on with Rick Ross. Right? And I seen people in the comments of different videos that was commenting on Rick Ross and whether or not he was flying commercial or he took his plane. And Ross, for whatever reason, felt the need to come and talk to people and say, oh man, I'm flying commercial because I'm getting Starlink put in my plane, right? And I seen some of the brokest people, because how do you know they broke? Well, you go to their profile and then you click them and then you go over to their Instagram or their TikTok page and you can see, oh, you dusty. And they had so much, well, how come you didn't just charter another jet while you're jet? Like you got $50,000, like you even make $50,000 in a year. Like you make $50,000 in a year, yet you talking about somebody and why they didn't spend $50,000 to charter a plane to a party. You don't have $50,000 to your name. You couldn't come up with $50,000 if I gave you 2 years to do it. How are you sitting here commenting on a nigga that's rich? Oh man, I knew it. His plane is still in the hangar. If I went broke today, my broke would be different than your broke. If I lost if I was to come on here and say, you know what, man, I'm broke and I got to rebuild my life, that would probably be that I'm down to my last $2 million. And I'm trying to figure out how I can build another business because I sunk too much into one and it wasn't a decent return on that investment. Keeping it 100 with you. Keeping it 100 with you. What points did you put on the board? How much did you make last year? What are you generating? How much did you make? I like to look at all of the numbers at the end of the year. I look at it. Oh, yeah, okay, I crossed 1 billion views. I made 5 million. I crossed this milestone. I got these new plaques added in last year. Paid off this, built this many houses, paid this amount of money to these many people. All of these people made 6 figures all year long. Hired new people, built new studios, did a refurbish of another house, did a refurbish of your studio, bought new cameras, all of this. You know what? It wasn't that bad of a year. We put up numbers this year. We did 1 billion views. And you'll see some dusty dude with no profile picture and something that he got off of Google in your chat telling you what it is that you're not. And you know what the funniest part about it is? When you see them in person sometimes, they nervous and they tell you what they screen. They don't even tell you their real name. Hey, man, oh, yeah, man, I be watching your stuff, bro. I be in your comments all the time. I'll be like, oh, yeah, what's going on? Oh, man, I appreciate you. Yeah. And you be like, what's up? What's wrong, man? I'm Charles, the no-name king inside of your chat. Oh, snaps. You Charles, the no-name king? Yeah, I'm Charles, the no-name king inside of the chat, bro. And he says some egregious things, right? So now, you start, now I put a face to the name, right? And now I'm judging you. Because I can see that your beard is patchy, that your shoes, your Ugg boots is turned over, right? I'm looking at your car. I see you got 3 different fenders. The back of the bumper is hanging off. The hair is to the side. And you still got to go to work later on the day. I'm like, okay, Charles. Charles in charge, huh? I don't say nothing. I'm not going to embarrass you. I'm not going to call you out. I'm not going to do none of that stuff. Man, listen, bro. I appreciate you for holding me down. Thank you, my friend, man. Listen, bro. Even though you be trolling, because I'm going to let you know I know. Even though you be trolling, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for holding me down. Yeah, man. No, man. I just be messing. This is what they say every single time. Man, I just be messing around, man. I don't be knowing what's going on, bro. I just be having a good time. Hey, man, you be doing your thing for real, though, bro. Get in a car. And I'll be like, he was just criticizing me about what I made last year. And I let it go and I keep it moving. It's funny. It is hilarious. It is so funny. We got to start putting points on the board. We got to start minding our business just as much as we mind everybody else's. And we got to start doing things the right way. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Let me go ahead and rock out. Mike that dude. Shout out to my dog, Mike that dude, holding me down. I appreciate you, big dog. Spencer Campbell in the building. What up, Spence? What up, Spence? Spencer Campbell, I appreciate you. Josh McLean says, good morning to the Chasers. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Good morning to the Chasers. Yo, Tom, what up? There's so much material to pull from that interview Shannon did with HaHa Davis, relationships, money, YouTube, etc. Nixon 5. Yeah, I was looking at him saying that he did 20 million views and he only made $400. You'd be surprised how many people is broke on the internet. Hey, Josh. I ain't even talking about HaHa because I actually did a show with him before. But you will be surprised how many people are broke. That's why y'all need to join the Patreon. I'm going to show you how to get this money. I'm going to show you how to get this money. I'm going to show you how to get that bag. It's a lot of people. They got a following on Instagram, but that don't necessarily translate into the bag. Shout out to my dog, Coach Chris, for the super sticker. Thank you, Coach Chris, for holding me down. Jason says, Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3, what was the best one? The best one was the one with Jaden Smith, objectively. The best Karate Kid is not the one with Mr. Miyagi. The best that was one of the very few remakes that actually I think was a better one. The best Karate Kid, that might have been Jaden Smith's best movie, to be honest with you. What, the one with Taraji P. Henson as the mommy? See, Taraji don't even get no credit for that one. Taraji don't even get no credit for that. I see your emails. We're going to tap in. Yes, no. The first one was not the best one. The first one was not the best one. The best one was the one with Jaden Smith. I don't care what y'all say. I'm not going to, nope. Y'all got nostalgia. You go back and look at some of these old movies, they're not even as good as you thought that they was. Let's be for real. Coach Chris says when you're working off of a day where you barely got any sleep, what do you eat or drink to keep you from getting tired? I try not to eat or drink anything when I'm working with a little bit of sleep. And the reason that is because food in a lot of ways is like sex. The minute that you have it, you can get the itis. If we want to keep it 100 before we get into the show, listen, if I have a lot to do, I will not have sex. I don't want to give too much information, but if I have a lot to do, I know I got a lot to do, then I'll wait until I'm completely done with everything before I eat or before I get some box. Cause I'm dog. Count me out, champ. I'm done. That's why I say that money will make you women will make you broke. If you spend too much time around women with boxolitis and y'all not getting no money together, shit, how you broke? And maybe not broke, but shit, how you missing out on all kind of money that you're supposed to be getting because you up there sleeping. You up there busting it down and sleeping instead of getting the money. Forget that. I'll see you when I'm done. If I know that I have a lot to do, semen retention all day long. Semen retention. That's why I think that people that watch a lot of porn or people that obsess over sex a lot, I know that they broke. I know that because it drains you. It drains you. It drains your energy. You put a lot of energy into it sometimes, and then it drains you also. You can't be as productive. You can't even think straight. You can't even think. That's why broke people have a lot of kids. People that don't have discipline, usually they end up broke. Slow Money says 80, that coaching call will be greatly appreciated. Send me an email, bro. I think I'm going to knock out some coaching calls this weekend. What's something you wanted to say in the past but censored yourself, but now you feel free to say? I feel free to say whatever I want to say. I don't believe, it's nothing that I wanted to say that I haven't said, but now I feel like I can say. Most of the time, if I censor myself, it's because I don't feel like it's worth me saying. It's just not, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Sometimes it's because of the other person and they're not prepared to, it might end the friendship because they're not prepared to be able to have that type of conversation. And so I pick and choose my spots. Chad from Moore says, good morning, AD. I seen that email you put on after hours. That mess is wild. You don't deserve emails like that. It come with the game. Alice says, we had a house fire last July, also lost everything and ourselves. I look at everything differently now. New sub. Love the show. Oh, Dallas, I'm praying for you. Oh, man, I hope that everything turned out well and that everything changes in your favor. Levite Apparel says, Anton, shalom, sir. Thank you for your wisdom and sharing rich knowledge with us. Also, shout out to Mike, that dude, a great guy. Now, new logo change had me confused. Don't be confused. We still here. Self-made forever. What up, though? I appreciate you, self-made forever. AR is back, says everybody wants to drink Grey Goose on a Smirnoff budget. Yeah. What was the drink that everybody was talking about? 1472 or something like that. Some year of a drink that everybody no Louis the 13th. Louis the 13th. And I seen people talking about Louis the 13th. I said, man, you don't even drink like that. What you drinking Louis the 13th? Ain't that like 200, 300, 400 a shot? Who you trying to impress? You don't even like liquor like that. You don't go and get you a strawberry daiquiri. A pina colada. If you don't go and get you a pina colada, boy, you know you like the fruity drinks. It's 1942. I remember everybody was picking Louis the 13th, and I was like, you don't know nothing about no Louis the 13th. What you talking about? Spending money to impress people that don't care nothing about you. Shout out to my dog Mustafa Newsome in the building. I appreciate you for holding me down. Marlo Reed, what up though, Marlo Reed? What up, Marlo? I like the eagle. Yeah, Voltaic Art says, learn how to change the alternator, serpentine belt, and throttle body myself on my car. Took me over 6 hours, but I'm glad I know. Felt accomplished. Yeah, it changes your whole life. Latrell says, setting aside just $27.40 each day for a year will have you accumulating $10,000. Yep. Dower says, dude, I stopped questioning what people did a long time ago. What up, Dower? I appreciate you, bro. Emmanuel Martin says, we was drinking every day, make $26,000 a year. Within 1 year, increase my income 243%. Stock portfolio is up 7, is worth $7K, and mortgage paid 3 months. Shout out to Emmanuel, man. Everybody changing the trajectory of their life. What size hoodie? Large. Large. Send me large. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says, Luda Real Hustle, new song. Check it out. He also says, I sent you an email of a cop popping another cop. Do I want to see that? Fukari Ferry says, I'm surprised they haven't remade the toy yet. Scorpio in the building says, the Peanuts didn't care about the king being correct. They'll off the royal family because they're too angry to be reasoned with. TS with a few more says, they say athletes don't smash hours before the game. Yeah, because it'll make them lethargic. Cop popping, cop email search called horseplay. You know, horseplay sound weird. Thoughts on Big Tigger domestic situation? I ain't speaking on his domestic situation. That's between him and his girl. I don't think his girl is a public figure. And so we don't know. It's a lot of things that could be said and it's not being said. And so I don't know nothing about that. I'm not speaking on that man's relationship because, again, she not a public figure. If you're talking about a Daphne Joy or something like that, we can talk about that or we can go over that. Actually, I don't mind going over that today. But I'm not about to speak on his situation. I don't know nothing about what he got going on. I don't know nothing about Big Tigger. You saw man jailed, choked coworker over a promotion? I didn't. What up to my baby girl? Crimson says, greetings and salutations, Lord Anton. Man, I want this girl. Let me be quiet. Shout out to my girl, Crimson. Andrew Brooks with the 100 ball says, how much for a coaching call and what email address should we use? Now, any respectable businessman does not say his prices on the internet, but I will tell you that I try to make my stuff as affordable as possible. The only thing, and I've always had this theory, is that just make sure that I'm not losing money by talking to you because I could be doing something else. So I have a number that calculates the value of my time, and I don't charge people what I think I can make. I charge people based off of the value of my time, and I could be doing something else. So if I'm helping you, at least make sure that I'm not losing money and that I'm staying solvent. You know what I'm saying? So email me at AntonDaniels413@gmail.com. AntonDaniels413@gmail.com, and then we can kick it, big dog. All right? I'm not about to speak on Big Tigger's situation. I don't even know enough about it to speak on it. But I want to revisit this conversation a little bit more because it is a thing, especially when you consider the whole Cyrus conversation, right? I want to revisit this, and I've had an epiphany. Let me tell you why. Let's go into it. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
And to the black people that are choosing not to participate in the boycott and the blackout, to the black people who are not choosing to participate in taking back our neighborhoods and taking back our businesses and taking back our infrastructure and putting our money back in our pockets, to the black people who will still walk their ass in an Asian owned business, in a Chinese food store, in a masseuse shop, in a whatever you want to talk about, because you don't think that it's right to boycott all Asian businesses, or it's dumb, or it's not planned out enough, or it's this, that, and the third. You are the person that I'm talking about when I say you need to get the fuck up out the community. How do you get to get on here and get views and likes and comments about you not participating, about how it's dumb to boycott these businesses, about how everybody Asian doesn't treat us like that, and then still think you deserve fellowship, still think you deserve community, when the whole synopsis of the community right now is giving our power back to us? So you don't think we're doing it in the right way, so you tell us it's dumb to do it? You think it's not planned out properly enough, so you tell us we shouldn't boycott all the businesses? I don't understand why y'all choose to be the agents of fear and doubt in your own communities that you need, that you get your views and your likes and your whatever from. Go be a part of those communities that you love so much. Go be a part of that little Asian mom and pop shop that you said that we shouldn't boycott because you like the pho there. You go be a part of that community while we take our money back and put it in our pockets and put it in our neighborhoods. You are the exact type of person that I said should not benefit from anything positive that is going on in our communities from here on out. But you will. You will. And you'll act like you didn't say anything about how we shouldn't be boycotting, about how it's stupid, and about how it's dumb, and da 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 da. Just like y'all were saying it was stupid and it was dumb when we were doing it with Target. Just like y'all were saying getting on here yelling and being irate ain't gonna do shit. You're afraid. You're scary, and that's fine. But get your ass up out of the community. I don't have shit to say to you. I'm not about to put 1,000 think pieces in my comments because y'all want to be some scary ass pussies. I'm not doing that. You're gonna get blocked. I'm gonna act like you've never existed. And I encourage you all to do so. I encourage you all to do the same thing. Now is the time for black people to understand we have power that they are afraid of. They are shaking in their motherfucking boots. Keep the momentum going. The fear, the doubt, the division from people that even look like us, it has no place. Not right now. Not in the name of Cyrus Carmack Belton. Not in his name. Not in the name of all of the other kids, all of our children who have lost their lives at the hand of another person not liking the way that we look. Not I. You say this is too fast. You're doing this too fast. It's not gonna work. It's gonna fall apart. It won't. It won't. And when you see that it won't, will that change your opinion? No. You're still gonna be a bootlicking motherfucker like you are right now. But I'm here to tell you, you will not reap the benefits of the community. You will not. You will be shunned and you will be remembered. These videos that y'all are posting, they're not gonna go over well. They're not gonna age well at all. And I am speaking to black people. I'm not speaking to anybody else but black people, actually. They will not age well. Them videos of you still getting your nails done, sitting there eating Chinese food, they will not age well. You are a part of the reason why we are where we are right now, because you have no motherfucking backbone, you scary ass bitch. And if you thinking about, I'm talking about you, yes, I am. I definitely am. So to the people who want to give us back our power, let's continue. Let's continue with the momentum. I'm not letting up at all. And if you think I'm talking about it too much, you can get your ass the fuck on. Understand? I'm taking no prisoners, bitch. I want all the smoke. All of it. And y'all can be in my DM calling me every type of nigger bitch in the motherfucking world. And I still wouldn't give a damn. There's still a smile on my face. My pussy gets ate from the rooter to the tutor, bitch. Don't give a fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm cussing a lot. I'm sorry.
So let's have a conversation, right? Because I had an epiphany today. And when somebody sent me this video, I thought it was unique. I thought it was interesting, at the very least. I really did. And sometimes I think to myself, man, the culture is trash. But I had a change of heart today. And I want to approach this a little bit differently. I want to approach this from the lens of abundance and success, right? Some people I see y'all in the chat, y'all saying, why is she cursing so much? She'll be crying in the next video, all of this type of stuff. This is what my approach is to this whole situation, y'all. All right? You rocking with me? Listen, we're going to approach this differently, y'all. We're no longer going to focus on holding people accountable. We're no longer going to focus on what's wrong. We're going to focus on what's right. Because I took a position the other day and I was telling guys, I said, why are y'all following these women and listening to them to determine how you should spend your dollar, where you can go, what you can't do and what you can do? Who is it that can tell you what to do inside of the United States of America? But I have an epiphany now. And that epiphany is this. I wish them success. I think that they should do it. They said Anton's going on a healing journey. I think that they should do it. I think that they, whomever, wants to align themselves and divest themselves from going and spending money and doing all of this other stuff inside of other communities, I think that they should do it. I support y'all. I do. You got it. Do your thing, boo. I think that y'all should openly have conversations, talk about it, get to it. I think that y'all will be great at whatever it is that you decide to achieve and that nobody will be hurt as a result of it. Yeah, I take the same approach, Chris Cunningham. I love that for you. I love that for you. The only thing that I think should be different is that I would like for these same people to not cry or complain when they get discriminated against for jobs, opportunity, diversity, equity, and inclusion. I don't want anybody in my support for everybody. And I don't care if you white, black, the white people that's going over into the Ozarks of Arkansas and they want to divest themselves against society. God bless. The black people that only want to be around other black people and spend their own dollar with black people and they don't want to support nobody else, I'm with you. I support you. If this will get us to the point where nobody is running in the Victim Olympics, I'm all for it. I just don't want anybody to be sitting there complaining about what somebody else that don't look like them is not doing for them or if they're discriminating against them. Because if this is the approach that people are now taking, then that means that they have to remove themselves from complaining about what other people are not doing for them. It's a trade-off. It's a yin and a yang, right? And I don't think that people are going to have a problem with that. I think we should divide all cities up based off of race. Black people can have Atlanta, Memphis, and Detroit. White people can have Phoenix, Seattle, and DC. Asian people can have Los Angeles, San Diego, and Portland. Hispanic people can have New York, Rhode Island, and Tampa. Cool? Everybody got to develop their own infrastructure, their own banks, no more loans. You can only loan to the people that look like you. All of that type of stuff, right? That's all I'm saying, right? Right? Let me ask y'all a question. If we divided the people up, and this is an honest to God conversation, if we divided people up and said that only races can stay with races, not racist like RACISCS, I don't want y'all doing that. I'm talking about like a race, right? Race of people, like you have several groups and then you have another group. So if you did an experiment and you said this group of people has to be over here, this group of people are going to be over here, this group of people have to be down here, and this group of people have to be up here. And in the middle, you have the people that don't focus on race. The middle, you don't have people that focus on race. So it's all focused on, like in the middle, is people that only care about character versus race. How do y'all think that will shake out? Your car said we would own college basketball and football, but it wouldn't be no sponsorships. Oh, wouldn't be no sponsorships, wouldn't be no money in it. Y'all would be hooping, but they would be broke. No NIL money, no none of that. As a spokesman for the black delegation, I want to exchange Memphis for Houston. Nope, because Memphis is one of the blackest cities inside of the United States of America, so y'all should be able to do it. I just think it's a dumb conversation to have. I think it's a very, very, very dumb conversation to have. Honestly, I think it is so stupid to separate yourself from people based off of something that they can't control. You cannot control whether you are born black or you born white. You can't control whether you were born male or you born female. It's so dumb and it's such low-hanging fruit. It's so dumb. It is so stupid. But I think that we should let them have it. I think that we should let women, matter of fact, I think that we should let women do what they want to do and go their own way. Y'all don't like men. Y'all don't like white people. Y'all don't like nobody. You don't like people with 3C hair, something like that. I think that these women need to have themselves by themselves. And I think that guys should stop supporting them. Just walk away. Not all women, but the women that choose to have this mindset. Walk away. Just let them have it. If you see a guy that says, "Oh man, I'm blackity black," then let him have it. Walk away. You know what the problem is in this country is that people can still benefit even though they say stuff like this. Even though they have a racist mentality, they can still benefit from the United States as a whole. Donald Trump, for example, is still the president of everybody. And so despite the fact that one state may not have had voted for him, he still had to fly down to California and give them money to make sure that they can solve for the fires and help them get their infrastructure together to make sure it don't happen again. Why? Because California is still a part of the United States of America. So even though they may say crazy stuff about him, even though he may, they may be ugly, they still get to benefit off of the backs of all taxpayers and a competent president. We still got to protect them. We still got to have our military. It is what it is. We can't just let California break off. New York is dumb as hell. They decided to vote in a socialist that's not even from the United States of America, but they still a part of the United States. So we just got to make sure that they're taken care of no matter what. That's the one problem that comes along with being in this country, is that people still get to benefit off of this country, even though they hate the country. They won't move. They're not going to actually take their money and go somewhere else. They're not going to permanently remove themselves. That's why I don't have no problem with passport bros. You know who the most sensitive group of people ever is? Passport bros. If you mention a name, passport bros, they're not even the original passport bros. The original passport bros are white men. White men and military guys are the original guys that was going over in the other countries and buying box. They don't even realize that they basically Me Too's. They NPC characters. They finally figured it out, and they the most sensitive. If you even whisper to passport bro, oh, I can't believe I said it. We don't care if you go over to somewhere else and you go live there. That don't affect us. Why would I care if you go over to another country and spend your money? I wouldn't hang out with you here. So why would I care about you being gone there? Why would I care? I genuinely don't care. I think it's hilarious. And just like any piece of content, I could be objectively laughing at it or giving my commentary about it, but it don't mean that I actually care about whether you here or you there. I don't care. Why would I care? We wouldn't be friends here. And like you may look at me and say, I wouldn't want to be your friend. I'm cool with that. I'm 100% cool with that. Like we would never be in the same place and be doing the same things, hanging out with the same people, and even have the same money. I hope that they do. God bless you. Good luck. What does that have to do with anything? I don't care about what your process is. I don't care. If you never come back, that's cool. It don't mean that I don't think that it's any less funny. I think it's hilarious. But they super sensitive. Them dudes be on 10 if you mention anything about them. Like, bro, if y'all so nonchalant and y'all don't care, why y'all so butthurt when anybody have something to say about it? Hey guys, I'm over here in such and such country, and this is how you come over here and get women. Cool. I'm with it. Shout out to you. God bless you. The women over here, man, they think different. They more submissive. Looking at them niggas like, I can't even watch their videos for any longer than like, somebody sent me a video the other day. I was locked in for like 2.5 minutes and I was like, all right, this is not content for me. This is not content for me. This is not made for me. You know what I'm saying? But God bless y'all. If y'all go over there, get that box, do whatever you got to do, run it up. God bless you. Good luck. Check out the cop popping the other cop. It's not a graphic at all. It is on the new. Why y'all want me to look at that so bad? Eric TV says, I'm not boycotting anime. AR is back says, this level of victimhood must be exhausting, says AR is back. Tyrone says, I'm having Chinese for dinner in honor of her rent. Melvin Johnson says she is too stressed, not go age well. And she was on some like, I'm getting my cat ate every day. What does that have to do with anything? R.L. Howard says the volume on the Millionaire Morning Show is significantly lower than on the Anton Daniels channel. The volume on the Millionaire Morning Show is significantly lower than the Anton Daniels channel. Is the volume too low? Let me know inside of the chat if my volume is too low. Let me know inside of the chat if the volume is too low. All right, cool. I would assume maybe because I'm doing it live and the Anton Daniels channel is pre-recorded, so it goes through an editing process before we release it to the public. But that's one of the things that come along with doing a live show, right? You figuring it out on the fly. Let me ask y'all another question. Do y'all think that this show should be done pre-recorded instead of doing it live? Maybe y'all want it pre-recorded so that you can get all of the levels and all of the stuff right. People saying no. Man, y'all going in on that. No, shout out to Earl Howard. I appreciate you, bro. Scorpio Dre says, too angry, no critical thinking. Jude says, I'm ashamed to say this, but there's no single black majority first world country. It's sad. Jay Bliss says, yo, Anton, appreciate your show. You've been teaching me a lot. I would like to do a coaching call. Much love. Anton Daniels, 413@gmail.com. Wesley Turner says, the 1970s cartoon movie Fritz, the cat has a concept like this. They put all black crows into the state of New Jersey and called it Blackistan. What? Clean 409 says resources in the South, cotton, cattle, and fruit. Fresh water in the North. Great Lakes, baby. You get your props when they suffering and you dead. Manny Plays PC says give Hispanics Fort Lauderdale or the Keys, not Tampa. Who want Louisiana? Who want New Orleans? Says some of us show us for the news and the crash outs. Let's go into Trump, y'all. I want to get into Trump really quickly. He did a press conference basically saying that he was basically in the process of reaching a deal with Iran. Vito Royale says, don't ever disrespect the Millionaire Morning Show with pre-recorded threats. Why don't y'all like pre-record? What is wrong with pre-record? What's wrong with pre-record? Y'all so spoiled.
Mr. President, on Iran, how confident are you that there will be a signing this weekend? Because you have come close to sealing a deal, but at the last minute it has fallen apart. And
It'll be soon, maybe this weekend.
And has the Supreme Leader approved this deal, sir?
I understand the answer is yes.
And when this deal is signed, is the United States going to immediately lift the blockade?
Yes, that's true. That's part of the deal.
And just
And
one.
you'll have oil prices dropping like a rock.
And sir, have you actually secured an agreement on the discussions about the nuclear material and the nuclear negotiations?
Yes,
Has
conceptually on that, and nobody's getting close to it because it's burired under a mountain, basically. There's B-2 bombers in there.
But has Iran committed to not pursuing a nuclear weapon, or will there be more negotiations on that down the
They will
line?
not have a nuclear weapon. They've agreed to that. There will be no, which is the whole reason, which is a big part of the reason.
Is that
maybe
going
the
to be in your
biggest.
agreement, sir?
They will not only not have, they will not purchase, develop in any way, any shape, in any way, shape, or form a nuclear weapon. They will not have a nuclear weapon.
Mr. President, just to follow up on that, you have said before that Iran and the United States were close to a deal. It has not happened yet. Why are you so convinced that this time is different?
Because they've taken a pounding. They've taken a pounding like very few people could take, and they want to make the deal a lot more than I do. And
Now, if I was to say, y'all taking a pounding, everybody would say, pause, 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 pause. Slimmy would say, oh, no, man, that's a major pause right there. You taking a pounding, they taking a pounding, it's a pause. But see, you see how that is? Trump can say it and everybody else can say it that's not a part of the culture, and they don't say pause. Trump can say it and nobody says pause. But if I was to say, yeah, man, they took a pounding, bro, everybody would be on the pause tip. No, let's keep going.
done the other way, I guess, but it would have taken longer. They got hit very hard recently, as you know, and I don't like to have to do things that way, but I felt it was necessary. It's a great deal for the United States and for the Middle East, and I think ultimately great for Iran because they'll be able to build up their country and other country. I really believe it's a regime change because I find these people to be much more rational than the people that are no longer with us. We knocked out the first team of leadership, the second team of leadership. This is a different group. This is a different level, and I think it's frankly a smarter level, and it's a level that has reason. And they've all approved the deal. Everybody's approved the deal. Now we'll get it finished up, and hopefully that'll be done. We will not have Iran having a nuclear weapon, which is very important to these people behind me. We can talk about fishing. There won't be anybody to fish. The fish will still be around, I guess. They're probably going to be affected too. We're not going to let it happen. So Iran will essentially, most important paragraph to me, Iran will in no way, shape, or form have a nuclear weapon or purchase a nuclear weapon.
I don't think it was ever about a nuclear weapon. I think that was just a minor aspect of it. I do think that that's a big deal, but I don't believe that the Trump administration can speak on the things that are really happening. And again, I know that Slimmy and them are going to disagree with me. I know that a lot of people would disagree with me. Molly would disagree with me about this. I don't believe that a nuclear weapon is the foundation of it. I think it's a couple different things. The first thing is we are always fighting proxy wars. This one just so happens to be overt. The real thing is our dollar. It's the American dollar. It's the American dollar. 100%. We have to make sure that the world's reserve currency is still the American dollar. It always comes back down to the money at the end of the day. Our military is our greatest investment is because that is the thing that we are able to leverage and use in order to continue to have our dollar as as the world's reserve currency. Our investment in the military, equipment, the capability of it. It is all about the dollar. We have to have it as the world's reserve currency. The foundation of the United States of America, and a lot of people don't like that I say the United States of America. The foundation of the United States of America is that we don't manufacture anything as much as we used to. Real talk. Eric D. Here's the thing. Because Eric D keeps saying that Iran was not an imminent threat which was sold to the American people. How do you know? You know what's so funny about that? All of the Democrats and all of the Republicans all agreed and said that Iran was the foremost, most imminent threat to the United States. Kamala Harris said it on 60 Minutes. Biden said it. Nobody tripped on the Democrats standing with Israel until Trump said, yep, we all still stand with Israel. Nobody made a fuss about it. When Kamala said, man, Iran is our biggest problem. Iran is our biggest problem. Trump came in and actually did something about it, and then everybody got their draws in a hooch. Obama himself acknowledged Iran. Biden, Kamala, the Clintons even acknowledged it. Everybody collectively agreed what one of the biggest world's problems are. But then all of a sudden, when Trump came into office, man, they weren't an imminent threat. What are you talking about? That's almost the only bipartisan thing that everybody kind of agreed with. And I've already showed you all the videos of Kamala Harris and Biden and all of them saying it. So let's not act like I'm just talking. I don't need to bring those videos back up again. We all know that it's the truth. He's the first person to do something about it. And again, I think that it's more than just a nuclear weapon. I don't think it's just a nuclear weapon. I think we have partnerships, business relationships over there, them investing trillions of dollars and holding our reserve currency, holding the United States, the dollar, the US dollar as the reserve currency, them getting an agreement, securing an agreement to invest inside of the United States. All of that is hinging on if we can solve for problems because it is a partnership. Why would people come and invest here trillions of dollars, billions and trillions of dollars, when they could take their money and go anywhere? They depend on the partnerships. That's why we have bases over in other countries. We're not just hanging out with them and securing deals because they like us. They invest here in the United States because of our partnerships and the long-term business relationships that we're going to have with them is fruitful if we can neutralize the people that are immediately right next to them. It's so funny to me. You know what's so funny? I'll tell y'all what. I'm going to do y'all a solid today. We got a lot of people. It's Friday. I'm a pivot. I'm a completely pivot. It's Friday. Everybody know more than me. I'm going to give you an opportunity to get it off. Whatever it is that you disagree with, foreign policy, I don't need no setup. I don't even debate no more. I don't want to talk to nobody that agree with me. Whatever it is, let me take these glasses off. Whatever it is that you disagree with me, I'm going to give you a chance to jump up on this panel and this platform and tell me. Pivot. Don't come up here giving me no compliments. Don't tell me that I rock with you. I don't want to hear none of that. If you smart, you so smart. Tell me. You disagree with me on money, women, foreign policy, Republican, Democrat, anything that you disagree with me, this is your day to get it off. Don't come up here giving me compliments either. I'm not interested in no compliments on the 12th of June. Give me a second. Let me pin that to the top of the chat.
Welcome to Wix.
Let's rock. Get my other glasses. Hold on, I'll be with you in a minute. Give me. I don't know what's going on. It's saying that I got an audio issue. Give me a second. Let me see something. Call back in, y'all. My bad. For whatever reason, it's saying I got an audio issue. I'm going to try to fix this really quickly. I don't know why it's saying that I got an audio issue. I know it is extra loud right now. Give me a second. Yeah, I don't know why it's saying that I got an audio issue. Can y'all hear me good? I know it's not the same microphone, but tell me if y'all can hear me decent. All right, I'm using a studio display microphone, but y'all more than willing to call in now. I had to go and change my shirt. For whatever reason, when I changed my shirt, my audio started messing up, and I don't know why. But all right, y'all more than welcome to call in. It's pinned to the top of the chat. If you have a disagreement with me, might as well just put this up now. If you have a disagreement with me, call in and we'll get it popping. The audio may not be as good as before, but we'll figure it out. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Anybody that has a disagreement with me, anybody that disagrees with me on anything, you are more than welcome to call in and give me your thoughts. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. If y'all need to refresh, then go ahead and refresh. If you disagree with me about women, if you disagree with me about politics, you disagree with me about the war, if you disagree with me about anything, you are more than welcome to do so. And don't come up here like on some friendship type stuff. Y'all might have to refresh. If you disagree with me about, I don't see nobody in the back. I don't see nobody in the back. This is your opportunity. I don't debate anymore. I don't go back and forth with people. I don't do that. I'm not doing no debates no more, but this is an opportunity for you to get your stuff off. I don't want no friends. I don't want nobody saying that they love me, that they support me. I want none of that. Is it there? All right, here we go. I see y'all in the back now. All right, I'm going to go in order. Is it Bert? Bert, you there? Give me a peace sign. You got to get on camera in order to kick it, bro. All right. Hold on, I got you, Bert. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna bring y'all up as it goes. Bert, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Todd.
All right, back up from the camera a little bit, bro. All right, what you disagree with?
Man, I just disagree with your outlook. I feel like it's biased.
About what? Outlook about what?
Politics, the manosphere.
Well,
Uh,
be
I
specific. You
think
got to
that you.
pick an issue specifically.
Well, I think that you need a lot of control. I think that you need a lot of control to run your show, and I don't believe that you're very open to opinion.
What do you mean by a lot of control? What does that mean?
Well, I'll give you an example. Specifically speaking about the Millionaire Morning Show, your Millionaire Morning Show is geared towards politics that are tailor made for your opinion only. Like, for example, right? How often do you allow people, to call in and speak their opinion and allow the community, your community, to give their understanding of what's actually going on within the anti-millionaire morning show?
So all right, so let me just let me make sure I'm capturing this correctly. You're saying that I'm too narrow-minded in my view towards life and that I should let other people give their opinion about what they think because I'm biased.
Yes, you're very biased. It has to fit your opinion specifically, from what I understand as watching your show for more than about 2.5 years.
But it's my show. It's supposed to be my opinion.
In order for viewers to like your show, right? Like my grandmother, for example. My
Uh,
grandmother, for example,
uh,
she watches her morning shows, right? The View. The View gets views because it allows multiple demographics to get their opinion off and allows the people watching,
you're wrong.
for example, like my grandmother,
You're wrong.
to have an opinion about how they see the show.
You're wrong. First
Your
of all,
show doesn't do that.
the view will never invite your grandmother on there. All right, so they're not interested in your
You're
grandmother's
doing it
opinion.
now.
Hold
You're
on,
doing
hold
it
on,
now.
hold on. The View will never invite your grandmother for her opinion. And secondly, The View is one of the most biased shows because they don't invite Trump. They don't invite Tulsi Gabbard. The only time that they invited Marjorie Taylor Greene was after she turned against Trump. They specifically only invite guests that are against the Republican Party. And even the one Republican girl that they will have there, they'll have 5, 6 other Democrats, and then they'll have one Republican, and the one Republican still hates Trump. They turned against Trump. They used to be in his administration, and they turned against him. So using the View is a bad example. But let's go past that. Give me a specific thing that you disagree with me about. Not just an overall. Pick an issue. Pick an issue.
Your ideal on politics.
Okay, like what? What part of it? Politics can be a lot of different things.
Is biased. For example, like you'll give your opinion on Detroit politics, and it's contrary to what's actually going on in Detroit, Michigan.
Are you from Detroit?
I have relatives from Detroit. My mother has a brother that's from Detroit.
That's from
Motown
Detroit?
era.
Motown era
My grandmother
was back in the
my
60s and the
grandmother's Motown
70s.
era.
That's 60s and the
That's
70s. It's
Motown
2026.
The elders run the community.
They don't.
Would you agree with that?
No. Absolutely not. They absolutely don't. In no way, shape, or form do the elders run anything that's happening inside of this city. You know who runs the city? Dan Gilbert, the Illages, the Maroons, the ones that are building the new Cosm, the one that built the Hudson's building, the people that are investing in all of the communities, the ones that are spending billions of dollars every single year, the ones that actually brought all 4 teams back into the inner city within a quarter mile of each other. Those are the people that are running the city. Without them, without Roger Penske, you don't have the Q line. You don't have the Hudson's building. You don't have the Hudson's building. You don't have any of the infrastructure that's being built. You don't have the recruiting. You don't have them bringing all of their employees. Dan Gilbert actually moved his entire Rocket Mortgage company into the city and made all of his employees buy homes and then invest into the city.
How old is Dan Gilbert?
I don't know, 60 something, 70.
That's an elder.
He's not. Man, what are you? All right, you just talking right now. Where you live at?
I live in New York, Harlem World.
So what are you talking about? You don't know nothing about what's happening in Detroit.
I said I have relatives.
You have relatives from the Motown era. This is 2026. I live
so where do you
in
think
the city.
Kids come from?
I live in the city. I live in the heart of the city.
It's called Roots.
So, all right. So what am I biased about? What else am I biased about as far as Detroit politics?
Right? Are you currently in Detroit?
I am.
So again, I have a comrade, musician by the name of 42 Doug and Little Baby. Right? If they watch your show, Lil Baby signed 42 Doug, who is from Detroit, Michigan.
Go ahead. Keep on.
Your ideal of what's actually going on in Detroit is contrary to how 42 Doug describes Detroit.
Contrary.
It's not an accurate depiction of what's going on in Detroit, Michigan.
So you tell me what's going on in the city.
It's biased for you to look a specific way to your viewers whom are not from Detroit, Michigan.
What is happening?
Calling in from New York.
What's happening in Detroit? What's happening in Detroit? You tell me. You know the city better than me, and your comrades apparently know it better than me. So tell me what's happening in the city that I'm not familiar with.
Kay Cunningham is happening in Detroit. Sports, a form of politics.
Say what now?
Kate Cunningham is happening in Detroit. That's a form of politics.
Are you serious?
It's a financial category that runs the city. That is a form of politics.
I can call his brother right now on a live stream if you want me to.
K. Cunningham.
No. I can call Cade's brother right now.
That's what I'm saying. You can call K. Cunningham's brother.
Right. I sit next to him every single game and we have conversations. I can call him right now on the phone if you want me to.
What's his name?
Kanan.
What's his name?
His name is Kenyon. This
No.
is him right here in my phone. This is literally him right here. What does that mean?
I disagree, but call him. But call
What do you
him.
mean?
Let's
Wait. What does that
Call
mean?
him.
What do you disagree with?
Your show is biased to make you look a certain way to your viewers, which is not an accurate depiction of what's going on
Okay.
in the real world.
Okay. So Cade is going on in Detroit. What else is going on in Detroit?
The neighborhoods, the black community is going on in Detroit.
Like what?
I never hear you mention the musicians coming from Detroit. It's
Which one you want me to call?
It's always good. Call payroll Giovanni.
I don't know if I got payroll's number.
That's my point. A pillar of Detroit, Michigan.
I got Peasy. I can call Peasy.
The leader of the Boss Your Life Up gang
I can call
payroll Giovanni.
I can call Vezo. I can call the mayor. Hold on. I can call the mayor. I can call a lot of people. No. I'm not doing that for content for you. But here's the thing. I see what type of person that you are. You are, respectfully, you are what I call low-hanging fruit. And the reason that I say you low-hanging fruit, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. No. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I gave you an opportunity to talk. Give me a second.
Give me a second. Instead of taking suggestive criticism, I didn't call you low-hanging fruit.
Give me a second.
I didn't call you low-hanging fruit.
Give me a second. You can rebuttal. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to rebuttal.
That's
all right?
ignorant.
I'm gonna give you an opportunity to rebuttal. You are what I call low-hanging fruit. And the reason why I say it's low-hanging fruit is because I have to dumb myself down. And this is Friday. I'm not mincing words. I'm not gonna go back and forth, none of that. I have to dumb myself down to have these conversations. I talk high level business, understanding exactly how to. I gotta mute you. I gotta mute you. I'm gonna bring you back to be able to say what you want to say, but I can't have you interrupting me. I talk high level business, how money affects politics, and deep diving and the importance of how you need to get involved locally. I give $10,000 a month, literally on the streets of Detroit every single month. There is no rapper, not one, and all that I do is document it. My own money. There is not a rapper in the city, and shout out to all of the rappers in the city, that gives to the community in the way that I give to the community. In the streets, in real life, right there on the streets. I live in the city. I don't live in the suburbs. I'm not hanging around. I'm right in the city. And I understand things on a much higher level. Usually when people in the black culture and the black community, and you're not even from here, you don't even know nothing about what's happening in the city. You haven't visited here. We're not paying attention to none of that elder shit, none of that, right? Usually when people talk to me in black culture, they always talking this rap shit. They always, excuse me, chat. They always talking this rap stuff. All they know is hip hop. All they know is rappers. They don't really know what's happening in the community. They don't really know any business leaders. They don't really know Tom Gores. They don't know what's really happening and what's to come. They're not really connected the way that you think that they should. And unless we parading a rapper around, we think that that's the only way for us to get visibility. And again, shout out to the chat. But I don't involve myself in low-hanging fruit conversations. There's plenty of people to do that if y'all want to. And y'all can go over to their platforms. When you want to elevate and you want to start talking about things that are more deep diving, interconnected, so that we can actually make some money and improve our communities, that's when you start to hit me up. If you're looking for me to talk about rappers and basketball players, then you're going to have to miss me with it, bro. I'm just saying. I'm going to unmute you. I'm going to let you rebuttal, and then I'm going to go to the next person. I'm going to let you say whatever you want to say. Go ahead.
Brandy Davis, a pillar of Detroit, Michigan. How many times did get Brandy Davis on the phone? You can't have Detroit, Michigan without Brandy Davis.
Is that your rebuttal? Is that all you have?
Get Brandy Davis on the phone.
Bro,
You from Detroit, get Brandy Davis on the phone.
I'm giving you a
That's
opportunity to.
modern Michigan. That's modern Detroit. You
Is
didn't want to go
modern.
Motown era.
It's modern.
You
It's
didn't
not
want to go.
modern.
Brandy Davis is Detroit.
Can you please? Do you have anything else?
Brandy Davis is the black community. Currently, 2026, you cannot have Detroit, Michigan without Brandy Davis. Black community.
Is there anything else,
Negro.
bro?
Cause you not from Detroit, nigga. Motherfucker, you from Louisville, Kentucky. You a sucker.
What?
Your name is James Fields. You a pastor.
I'm a pastor?
Your name is James P. Fields, nigga.
My name is James P. Fields? Oh, this is good content. What else do you know about me? Tell me everything.
Nigga, how you gonna be from Detroit and you can't even get Brandy Davis on the phone? You a buster, bruh.
Why do you watch me?
I don't, nigga. You a snitch.
You told me that you've
You
been
got
watching
a
me for.
police, nigga. You got a Fed investigation going on. You a
I,
rat.
I'm I'm from Kentucky. What's my name again? James Fields?
James P. Fields, nigga. Your mama's name is Mary.
Let me look up James P. Fields.
Nigga.
Are you high?
Nigga, are you high? Motherfucker, I'm sober, nigga.
Where's he from? Kentucky?
Sucker ass nigga.
Where's he from?
Nigga, where are you from?
James P. Fields. I can't find one. Well, I'm going to give you a final opportunity to make your final plea.
Nigga, you a homo, nigga.
Bro, I'm looking at your couch in the background and it's scratched up.
Nigga, fuck you, nigga. Dick sucker.
I'm going to let you get it all off.
Eat my dick, nigga.
I'm going to make you famous.
That's good, nigga. Do that, nigga, cause you not from Detroit, nigga. Get Brandy Davis on the phone, nigga. Get Brandy Davis on the phone, nigga.
Chat. I hope y'all are entertained. So let me talk while he's sitting here, chat. I'm gonna give y'all the whole skinny. And this is my thoughts. All right? This is why I stopped taking phone calls. This is exactly the reason why I stopped taking phone calls. Why I don't do call-ins is because the first person that calls in, he been watching me for the last 2.5 years. That's what he said. And this is what's wrong with the culture. We will sit here and give people like this a platform. Let them with a basehead couch. He not from here. And he's a basehead himself. He's literally a crackhead. Obviously, we can see this. and then I let y'all up on the platform, and this is the best that y'all got. These are the type of people that be typing hard in the chat. These are the retards that we allow to have a phone to create a profile photo, and then they get in the chat and they type heart. And this is why I don't take it to heart. This is why I don't really take the community serious. This is the motherfucker that'll sit there and tell me that Umar Johnson is the top of the totem pole. He'll cite every rapper, but I guarantee you he got a felony on his record. You got to get your life together, bro. I'm praying for you. I want the best for you. God bless you. I hope everything goes well, and I hope you stay out of jail, big dog. Any last words?
Nigga, you a
All right. Now, do y'all and honestly, I'm being nice. I'm being nice. I ain't going crazy. I ain't doing none of that stuff, bro. I'm being very, very nice. But now y'all see, and I'm about to bring up Cardi. Cardi, hopefully you a better guest than the last guy. Now y'all see why I don't fuck with certain things and why I started to change my platform and everything that I do to be different. I can't, bro. I can't deal with the low hanging fruit, bro. I can't, bro. Let me get Cardi up. McCarty. Hopefully you got a better argument. What's up, bro?
Am I on?
You on? What's the word?
Hey, what's going on, Tom? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Turn your YouTube down.
Gotcha. All right.
Any thought? What do you
I had
disagree with me
two
about?
different. I had two different arguments. It was something I heard you say while I was at work, and it's about the rhinos, man. The rhinos, because I'm a young black man out here on my Republican journey, trying to, be more conservative in life.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm having a baby, and there's a whole lot of
You married?
resources. Say again.
You married?
I'm not married yet. Not yet.
So you married? You're not married. You got it. You got a baby on the way. All right. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
So basically what you were saying, I think on the live stream maybe like 2 days ago, you was like, there are a lot of Republicans in name only because you will shout out to the masses, hey, get these people who are able body off their food stamps, off government assistance, but will be one of the main ones accepting that assistance. Me myself, I have not applied for any government assistance, but my girl has taken advantage of the assistance that's been given by the government, which is WIC, emergency food stamps, and
She already got a kid?
even no, they give these things while you're pregnant.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So I've been kind of liking it. I've been kind of liking it, Tom, and
The government assistance.
the government assistance. But I of course, my conservative ways, I was like, yo, babe, I really ain't rocking with all that. I can do it if we need food. Let's cut back. Woo woo woo. And she's like, it's free money. Why not take the free things to help us? I'm like, that's sure we could do that, but it's like, like what I'm saying. I wasn't rocking with it, but it was her. It was her money because I didn't apply for it. So it's just like it's kind of a argument where I'm saying Republicans, we can take the free money and still be Republicans, not in name only. We can take that
What
and
makes
be
you? What
able to
makes you? What makes you a Republican?
I because I have conservative values.
Like getting
To
married
be
before, like marriage before having a baby,
I have not
or
the
actually
baby
being
has not been
being a more
conceived.
fiscally responsible person, or where you're not dependent on the system, or what? What makes you a
Not
Republican?
dependent at all, taking advantage of the system.
Yeah, you
And
liberal.
when I went, say
You're a
again,
Democrat. You're a Democrat.
stop it.
You're a Democrat.
Let's stop that right now.
I'm being honest. You want me to be honest, or you
Let's
want
go
me to just
ahead,
tell you
cut
what you want to hear? You're a Democrat.
time, dog.
What are you doing that's any different
Time.
than the people that's in the hood and the baby mamas? You making a single mother. You didn't marry her. You having a
Making
child
a
out of
single.
wedlock, and she's becoming dependent on the system. You're a liberal.
Nah, Tom. Not me. Not me.
Yes, you. She can't depend on you. She depending on me. I'm the taxpayer. I'm paying for your kid, and they ain't even
Watch
here
out.
yet.
Watch out, Tom. Got a lot of respect for you, Tom, but you ain't
How
doing
would no
nothing.
no 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 no? We not gonna dodge responsibility, and this ain't got nothing to do with respect. This is truth. If she's depending on taxpayers in order for her child before it's even born to be taken care of, that means that we all collectively is participating in the success of your child that is not born yet. You don't have conservative values. You don't have Republican values. You are a fake Republican because you don't live it. You can talk it, you can agree with things, but your life has to be a reflection of what you advocate for. I don't understand how you believe that anything that you're standing for is aligned with conservative values, and it's not. And I'm not telling you that you can't, that you're not a good person. I ain't asked you about your family life or none of that stuff. What I'm saying is, based off of what you volunteered to me, you are a liberal. You are a man. You're not a man because you can't even take care of your own girl. You ain't even
Tom, can
married
we
her.
stop? Can I interject, Tom?
You absolutely can.
All right, so when you say the word depending on government assistance, I'd have to say au contraire, because we're not depending on it. We're using it because I can be able to use the money elsewhere instead of paying for the food. It's not that we need it, it's supplemental.
No, you
What
need
do you
it.
have to
That's a lie. You need it.
Why is that a lie? If I just told you that I could easily cut back. Like,
Then
I
do
know
it.
how to do these things
Then
myself,
do it. Why you
but the
taking advantage of
difference is
taxpayers? Why you taking advantage of me?
I'm not taking advantage. It's not in my name. She is a
That
grown
is.
woman who
So
is
you
not my
can't
wife
control.
yet.
So you can't control your girl. So she telling you what to do, not the other way around.
She ain't telling me nothing to do,
She
because when
did.
she
She just
used those
said,
government
"Babe."
assistance, yeah, I eat from it.
So I'm feeding you too.
You ain't fit. She cook. She cooks.
She cook what she buy from my money. That's my baby mama.
Stop it, Tom.
You just had sex with her. That's my baby mama.
Stop it.
That's my baby mama, bro.
And number two about the
No,
baby
no, no,
mama
no, no,
thing.
no, 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 no. We
Number
not gonna
two
we not
about
gonna
the
skip
baby
past
mama
it.
thing.
We not gonna skip past
Go
it. We
ahead.
not gonna skip past it.
Go ahead.
You are irresponsible. Respectfully, you're irresponsible. You're becoming. Look, I would like to see more young black men. First of all, you already messed your life up because you haven't children out of wedlock. You already starting it, right? It's much harder to climb up. It's much. Listen to me, because I'm gonna be the honest person that you don't have obviously in your life telling you the truth. Because apparently you don't have any good influences to hold you accountable and say, "Hey man, that's not the play. Hey man, you shouldn't get involved in this." You should have had this conversation with somebody way before you got her pregnant. And so, what I would like to see inside of the culture and the community is young black men not making mistakes and saying, "Well, I got to get my life together," because it ain't about you no more. You got a kid on the way, and they're gonna be dependent on you. They shouldn't be dependent on me. They should be dependent on you. It ain't no reason in the world why your kid should be on government assistance and they not even born yet. Government assistance is supposed to be for people that are going through a rough time, and they did it, and they're going through it without any kind of control over what happened to them. You get laid off from your job. It's a situation. Maybe the town
mills shut down and everybody lose their job, and so you need some time. You got to buy some time. I'm not against government assistance. I'm against you using it the way that you using it. You didn't marry her. She don't respect you. She telling you what to do, and you eating off of taxpayers. You ain't no Republican. You ain't no conservative. Ain't nothing in you about it. You might as well go and vote. You might as well go and vote for whoever it is that's going to run on the Democratic ticket next, bro. Because that's not you. In order to be a man, you got to prove it. It ain't just about having a dick. It ain't just about going and getting a chick pregnant. You got to be about it. You got to be a reflection of the thing that you would want your kid to either grow up and be like or marry. Ain't no way in the world you're going to sit here and tell me that you would want your kid to be on government assistance if they was to have a kid. You can't hold me accountable. You too unaccountable. I'm him. My kid ain't never seen no government assistance. I'm him.
You was
No.
22 in the basement,
No.
dog.
No. I was 22 and I had money making $100,000 a year. Let's be clear. I was making $100,000 at 18. I went through 2008, but my daughter was born in 2008. She was born. She got my wife got pregnant in 2007. My daughter was born in February. We didn't know that the housing crisis was going to happen. And guess what? I still didn't take a dime from the government. I hustle. I grind. Me moving into the basement don't have nothing to do with government assistance.
Family economics. Can I rebuttal?
You are having a child out of wedlock and they are on government assistance before they're even born. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
I'm trying to explain. Please give me the floor.
You got it. I'm sorry.
Absolutely, thank you. You're a very passionate guy. That's why I watch you. Anyways, the point is, I do not believe that it is a child out of wedlock until that baby comes out of the womb and there is no ring on the finger. That's the second thing that I was going to say. I don't believe it's out of wedlock until the baby is conceived, and then therefore she is a single mother. I am baby daddy. Therefore, there is no out of wedlock happening right now. People have done it where they went to the altar with a little baby bump, and then that child was not a bastard child. Number two.
Hold on. Let's stop there for a second. Let me say something. Correct me if I'm wrong. When she goes down to the family services or whatever it's called, right? I've never been there, so I wouldn't know. When she goes down to this place, in order for her to get the things that she got to say that you ain't in the picture. That she don't have no man supporting her. Because if they did, then they would deny her. Am I right?
It's a half truth.
Is it? No. Is it right or is it wrong? And then add the context. Okay, so they said you don't have a husband, right? And she said yes, right?
That is what she said.
So what are we talking about? You can't talk semantics with me because I done coached too many people that done told me how it worked.
I'm not telling you any type of semantics. I'm telling you what happened in my journey, my story. Okay? It's not just a one-all. When we went down there to the WIC office, she said, she did fib a little bit, that I would be moving in very soon, since we found out early that the baby was coming. And
you moving in her house?
So, God damn it, Tom.
You said it. I can't ask any follow-up questions. I can't. No. I just don't miss the. I don't miss the details. I can't answer. No. You said it. You said I'm gonna move in with her. You gonna move in her place?
But that ain't.
Are you moving in her place?
By saying she told a lie.
Are you moving in her place?
So I prefaced that. No, we've been living in the same place.
So you had to lie. So then you had to lie to the government office in order for her to get women and children food stamps and supplemental assistance. So y'all had, You're not a man. You a boy.
I didn't tell not one lie.
You a boy. You not a man yet. You a child having a child.
Woo. Chad,
You a child
Chad, this
having a
fucked me up,
child.
Chad, because
You
y'all
not a
watch the news.
man.
I really do watch. Oof. All right.
Listen, if you
All
get
right.
pissed off at me and say, Anton, I'm never watching the Millionaire Morning Show, but you take what I say to heart, then I win. I win and you win. I win and no. I don't give a fuck about whether or not you listen or watch my show. I care about, are you receiving the lessons? You got to get your motherfucking life together, bro. Honest to God. Man, fuck this shit. Nothing else matters. You got a kid on the way. That's all you got. You have to be the greatest. Even if you're not doing it for yourself, you got to do it for your child. You have to be the greatest man ever for your girl, because your girl is going to be the mother of your child. Your life is over. Everything you do is for your child. You don't get to live a life for yourself until your child is 18, 19 years old. And even still then, you got to still put them first and take care of them. You don't have no life no more. It's over for you. Partying, done. Fun, over. Tricking off and being in the streets, getting mad, you don't have that luxury no more. It's over, bro. The only thing that you can do to ever bring yourself into the space where you're supposed to be is to be the greatest black man that you could ever be for your kid. That's it. You can't hold me accountable because you too far behind the 8 ball. You ain't married her. Y'all lying on y'all application in order to get tax dollars to feed yourself. You eating off of tax people. You letting her tell you, oh, babe, we could just go and do it. Man, you a boy. You a boy controlled by pussy. Ain't even had a sense enough to wrap it up and not get her pregnant. You ain't in a position to win. You ain't no winner. I'm a fucking winner. And I associate myself with winners. I have a higher expectation of you, bro. Real talk. A higher expectation of you.
Nigga, I'm a bag chaser. Whether you
No,
like it
you
or
not,
not,
nigga.
I pay
You
my
not.
15
You a
bands
bag
a day.
beggar.
No,
You not a
fuck
bag
that. Fuck
chaser.
that.
You not a bag
I'm
chaser.
a bag
That you
chaser.
the reason
I
why
got
I'm
money
not.
pussy.
You the reason. You the reason why I ain't started selling my hats yet. Honest to God. I told your car. I told my people. I said, bro, the last thing I want. Fuck the money. I told Slimmy. I said the last thing I want is a nigga that's not getting to the bag and taking care of business, wearing my shit. I'm a brand. I'm a rich nigga in real life. I'm a great father. I am a great father. I'm a pillar in my community and in my city. I go back to the high schools and get scholarships. I give scholarships to young black men that graduate every single year. And I don't even say that shit on the internet. You're not there yet, bro. You're not there yet. You got a lot more work to do. You're a
I
recruit.
understand that.
Just like the motorcycle gangs. You're a recruit, nigga. You are not a member. You're a
Now,
recruit.
time. Can I just go ahead and say something? I'm not trying to take everybody else's time.
Go ahead.
I went into this argument saying that you can still be a person with conservative values, a Republican with conservative values, while still accepting government assistance in some type of way. Even though that I never went to the office, applied for it for myself, said I was in detriment, my leadership within my household has been, you know what I'm saying, not like I'm just demanding or domineering. You said something the other day where you was all like, you know what? I would have had something really great for you if you wouldn't act like this to Rita, your wife. And the thing is, I feel like I operate in the same type of way because she's still a grown woman that I am attached to. I'm not just some he man, I'm not no slimmy ass nigga where I'm scaring the hoes. Excuse me, my girl and I love
Slimmy,
hoes.
you can't listen. I'm gonna keep it
No,
100
I'm
with
just
you.
I'm
No,
just
no, no,
talking
no, no,
shit.
no, no,
Just
no, no,
talking
no, no, no,
shit.
no, no. I want to be very clear.
Just let me
Me,
talk.
me and
No,
Slimmy
you
argue on
talking.
the me and Slimmy argue on the show, but Slimmy got bags. He got money in real life. I know he
I'm
got.
not
Hold
talking
on, hold on,
about
hold on, hold on, hold on,
money,
hold
man.
on. Let me tell you the difference between you and Slimmy. You know why Slimmy can talk like that?
50.
You know why Slimmy can talk like that? Is because Slimmy don't have no children out of wedlock.
I don't know.
Slimmy can be that way because Slimmy has made a choice to be responsible with his dick. You not on Slimmy's level. You not on Slimmy's level at all. Don't get this internet shit confused. Slimmy is up here in real life. I know him in real life.
Yeah,
Like Slimmy is really him in real
yes, he
life.
do.
Don't let the shows confuse you. Add even a little bit. Listen,
I
listen,
was
listen.
saying that because of the domineering factor that he has
He
during the
can be like that because
conversation.
he command the hoes, nigga.
I understand. I get it. I get it. But I guess I'm not like Slimmy. I ain't no getting money ass nigga like Slimmy. I'm saying that when I'm speaking with my stop it time. When I'm speaking to my girl and whatnot, she still is a grown ass woman that can make these decisions. And I ain't gonna lie, she knows that I'm conservative with my dollars, so I'm not gonna go out there and buy some of the bull crap that she may want, but she buys it with the government assistance that she filled out, that she's taking advantage of because she's a pregnant woman. And yes, I do eat from it because we're in the same house and she's cooking those meals. At the end of the day, that does not make my leadership compromise. I'm still rocking with my conservative values because I may be a recruit, as you say. I respect the things that you say. I'm going to watch this back over and over. But the thing is, I'm still in my book writing about how I'm going to be the mayor of my city, Mesquite, Texas. Look it up.
How many hours? How many hours a week?
Hold
How
on,
many
hold on.
hours a week you
I'm
work?
still reading the
How many hours a
independent
week you work?
investor. Huh?
How many hours a week you work?
I work 50 hours.
What do you do?
I work at Amazon.
Man, get your life together, bro. Minimum,
No, I
minimum,
am.
minimum,
I'm saying
minimum, minimum 60 hours a week, but preferably 80.
I hear you.
Preferably 80 hours a week for you.
I have no I
Six,
have
60
no
hours Monday through Friday, plus 10 hours a day on Saturday and 10 hours a day on Sunday. Stop spending my tax dollars on your kid, bro. Please stop.
absolutely
You got to get your
face
life
time.
together, bro. All right, big dog.
All right.
Email me. Email me at AntonDaniels413 at gmail.com so we can have more conversations.
Absolutely.
All right, big dog. Isaiah, I'm coming to you, bro. Give me a second. I got you. What up?
What's up, Todd?
Chilling, chilling. What's the word?
Nothing much, nothing much. Just getting off leaving this hot hanger. This hot hanger. Let me
I
get
can barely
outside
hear
this
you.
building.
Your audio kind of low, but go ahead.
Yeah, let me exit outside this building. I'm inside a hangar. Give me a minute.
I can hear you though.
Oh, okay, okay. My apologies. Let me just step outside.
In the chat, those that's waiting, I'm coming to y'all. As I see y'all up there, I'm coming to y'all in the order that y'all hear.
Okay, I can talk now. I'm outside freely. My apologies. I'm an aviation mechanic. I work here at Textron. So,
Shout out to you, big dog. I love that.
thank you, thank you. So, my disagreement is pretty small. It's a small slight, but it's the argument with Iran. Our justification for entering this war with Iran. Me myself, I'm a GWAT sailor. I served in the Navy for 6.5 years.
Thank you for your
Uh,
service, bro.
and my current ship right now is deployed over there, DDG-112, USS Michael Murphy, Huya Michael Murphy. They're over there right now launching warheads on foreheads. So I do understand the justification from a American side where we are always a warrior nation, always at war.
I think you connecting to your car is probably gonna throw off your camera.
Yep.
Probably got to turn the Bluetooth. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. I'm listening. And
First, go
thank you
ahead.
for your service too.
Hello.
I said thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate your support. But
Go ahead. I
we're
think
a
you
nation
might
of always.
you got to turn the air conditioning down a little bit. And it sounds like I'm coming through the speakers. It's like a little bit of a delay. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I turned you off from my car. You're coming straight from my phone.
All right, but go ahead. Let me hear what you were saying.
So our reasoning in this war is very unjust. We're in this war for the Jews. We don't benefit from entering a war with Iran. Just as you say all the time, you attract more flies with honey than vinegar.
Hmm.
Uh, Iran has no feasible way to attack us unless they activate terror cells. And the only way Iran would activate terror cells is if we attack them. So it's a double entendre. Um, we are at a very, 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 very dire pinnacle with this war. The last country to have power like America to attack a strait or a small body of water ceased to exist as they were, which is the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom in the 50s tried to seize um, Egypt's small transit of water, and it backfired on them completely. In the same way, I have a fear that this will backfire on us
What do you
because
think
there's
of
no way to
backfire?
dislodge. Economically, we are destroying them militarily. It's no contest to that. But geography is Iran's best friend, and people don't realize that. A lot of
I
people in
agree.
America are low IQ. Like the first guy you talked to, extremely low IQ. If I tell him to look at Iran, he'll point to China. Uh, but Iran, geography-wise, is a juggernaut. They hold a kung fu depth grip on the Middle East due to their geography, and they cannot be destroyed based off of it's a mountainous nation. You have two mountains that encompasses the entire nation,
Right.
so it's a lose-lose situation. Um, from Afghanistan, we should know better from fighting the enemy in the mountains. We kicked the Taliban's ass, but don't get us wrong, but we got our asses handed to us because you're fighting what's called asymmetrical warfare. In asymmetrical warfare, you will always be the loser. That's how asymmetrical warfare is designed. That's how we defeated the British in 1776, and that's how the Japanese.
But
I'll let you finish.
you're coming from a lens of when you're framing this from the lens of, well, we are a world power, right? So your
Correct.
definite illusion from the United States of America's perspective, it's a lot of feedback. I don't know what that is. Your definition of losing from our perspective is because you understand us to be the juggernaut. Our definition of a loss is different than the definition of a loss from them, right? Their regime getting tore out the frame is a loss. Us not winning a quote unquote war from your perspective and using a lot of resources in order to do so, and then it not benefiting us because we're also leaning into our Jewish friends in Israel and so on and so forth, you're defining that as a loss. I don't look at it just from the framework of, well, attacking them militarily, right? I look at all of the different proxy wars that's happening in the partnerships and them helping Russia, which continues to keep the Ukraine war going on. I look at the dollar, the U.S. dollar. I look at what was happening over in Venezuela, right, and them leveraging, being able to take advantage of Venezuela. I'm looking at the totality of the picture. So if you're saying, well, we're not going to win a war, I don't think that there's a war to win. I never looked at this as a war. I never looked at Iran. I don't think that the United States of America ever looked at Iran and said, well, yeah, that's a formidable opponent. I don't think that they were ever looking at it like that. I think that the proxy wars that's being fought are more important, but people are more focusing on our relationship with Israel and our partnership throughout the Middle East. They're not looking at just what we're doing in Iran.
And I understand that point. And the purpose of Iran and taking Iran is for Trump to, well, he already missed his window. He had to meet with Xi Jinping, but it was for
Correct.
Trump to have all the chips on the table to say, hey, listen here, Ping, I got, and I love Trump, by the way. I love him. Listen here, Ping, we got Venezuela, I got Cuba, and I got Iran. So now the chips are going to swing. The debt that we were once in lieu to you is now going to be reversed. But in doing that, attacking Iran and not achieving that goal, it has kind of opened up Pandora's box, where there's a multiple of realities that can ensue from this. That's why I say the original attack should not have happened. If Trump wanted to do anything with Iran, he should have been the president that worked a deal with Iran instead of listening straight to
What kind
Kenyon.
of deal? Because you got to remember, we still support Taiwan, right?
Correct.
And we have to support Taiwan so that China doesn't completely take them over.
Correct. This is the deal, and trust me, this is an amazing deal, right? This would have made Trump look amazing. He said, "Listen here, I'll let you do this. You give me your uranium. I'll allow you to trade oil on the open market. I will give you the Strait of Hormuz for control with tolls, but I want the ballistic missiles. I want the uranium, and I want all terrorist activity to stop in the area."
But
By
that's
giving
literally the deal that he just did.
yes. Finally, it has gotten to that, right? But you're not understanding it. It took, us wasting so much time, so much effort. When what I'm trying to say in the original part is he should have offered him the honey
But
instead of the
I
vinegar.
don't. But then that's assuming that the regime that was in place at the time would accept that.
The regime at the time was a lot more clerical, meaning they are more holy people. That's why the first regime did not originally want to build nuclear weapons, right? One of the biggest, I will have to say, one of the biggest mistakes was bombing and killing the first Ayatollah.
I disagree. I
His
disagree.
son
That
is
same regime,
super radical.
that same regime has been in place for decades, and
Very true, but
no president before Trump has been able to do a deal with him, including Obama, who gave him billions of dollars.
very true. But you have to understand though, in the reality behind that, his successor is worse. His son is him times 50.
I don't. Well, maybe you know a little bit more
That's
about
why
the
the
son than I
war is
do.
back and forth right now. That's why we have this back and forth right now. He was horrible. But U.S. intelligence told Trump do not kill him because the resulting factor will ensue the Mosaic defense. And the Mosaic defense is, it's kind of like turning on the lights and all the roaches scatter.
Mhm.
That's what a Mosaic defense is. The minute they are hit, they're going to scatter. That's why it's so hard to kill every fucking body. Excuse my language.
No,
But
you
it's
can say what you
because
want to say.
they're scattered. They're
No,
scattered. They're
I don't disagree with anything that you're saying. I think that for most of us, right, we assume that the president has information that we are not privy to, right? And so we usually, in any instance, even when Bush went to war, when he first went to war, and he tried to justify weapons of mass destruction, we supported him because we assumed that there was really weapons of mass destruction and that he was doing it for the right reasons. Obviously, we know that there's always alternative reasons that go along with it. But in any instance, I don't think that any American is saying that, yeah, we want to go to war or we think that we should have bombed Iran, myself included. But I always assume that the president has the best interests at heart of the of America. And so we look, I think that for most of us, if we just being honest, even Republicans, we look to justify the reason why it happens. And it is harder to do so because we're not privy to all of the information. So we left to assume, right? We left to try to figure out and put together the puzzle and put together the pieces to try to justify it instead of trying to nullify it and saying, well, we shouldn't have went over there because nobody really knows. Democrats don't really know. Republicans don't really know because we don't know the real ulterior motives behind it. We can assume, But again, we're trying to all justify why we should or we shouldn't have went to war in the first place. So I don't disagree with you, right? I can't say that anything that you're saying is not logical.
Okay. And then the second point. Uh, now, when I say this, don't mislead because I, unlike the second guy, I am a
You
real Republican.
you don't have to
Married,
preface it. I could tell you more intelligent and all of that.
married, have my kids in wedlock, all that. I'm a real conservative. The whole Carmelo Anthony thing. Now, I'm not justifying that he should not have been tried. I'm not justifying that the killing was bad because it was horrible. You should never pull out anything to stab anyone. But my concern was the fact that um, there's a trial study that was done back in 2023 that illustrated the obscene differences in how agnostic sentencing was between white and brown people in America.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I think I emailed it to you. There's an article where a student got into a physical altercation. He's Caucasian. He stabbed another one of his students. They were fighting. They were fist fighting. And he got charged, but he got charged for a lesser deferred manslaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in the same situation with Karmelo Anthony. Karmelo Anthony, in my opinion, should have been hit with manslaughter. Due to the totality of the circumstances, um, why do you think, or how do we rephrase this way? Do you think there is still lingering of Jim Crow in American
In our legal
politics in
system,
2026 in the system? Not saying I don't play in the victim Olympics. I don't do that because they don't
I can tell
exist.
that you don't.
But I do understand a fact of reality. And of reality, one side will have to always be superior to another side. That's why there's continuous wars. Wars exist for a reason. So in that superiority, people do, in small letters, put in things that will benefit one side in preference. Not saying that you can't overcome that because I've overcome it. I'm just saying, do you think that those underlines still exist with the example of the Carmelo Anthony trial?
No. With regard to the Carmelo Anthony trial, I do think that there are underlying um, forms of segregation and separation in parts of the United States of America. I think less. I think that there's less examples of it than more. But more importantly, I don't think that that existed with Carmelo Anthony. I think that the only reason that it became a race-based conversation is because one was black and one was white, and that became the narrative from social media that had nothing to do with the case itself. It didn't even become a real race-based conversation until the father of Carmelo Anthony started bringing in civil rights leaders instead of bringing in lawyers. When he started having more visibility than the son himself, and they started making him the main character, and when they pushed out the father, that's when it really started to elevate, in my opinion, as far as it being a race-based conversation. The father himself, the Austin Metcalf's father, said that he never made this about race when this thing first popped off. I don't know how you can, and even when it came to the case itself, it's the prosecutor's job. Oh man, I lost him. Hopefully he can come back. Hold on, let me see if I can get him back. Man, that was a good conversation. I liked him. Hopefully I can get him back up in a second. Isaiah, hit me up, bro. Email me, bro, and hit me up with your phone number. I want to have some conversations with you. I'm gonna bring up. Is it Gina? I'm gonna bring you up, Gina. I like that. What's up, love?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all
It's
right. How you doing?
a couple of things. My first thing is, are you aware that you're using the appropriated version of black fatigue?
What
That
do you
when you
mean?
use, okay, black fatigue was a term created by Mary Frances Winters, who wrote a book in 2020 about the social, psychological, physical, and systemic disadvantages that were placed on African Americans, and we are the ones that are fatigued.
You are
Someone
absolutely
heard
right. I
that.
just looked it up. You are 100% right.
Yes, and I didn't know if you knew that because every time I hear you using black fatigue the way you're using it, it just grinds me because I didn't know if you knew that you
Well,
were using
I use
appropriate.
it. I use it in the form of popular culture, right? Like the foundation of where something can come from. Which you're absolutely right. I agree with you because I just looked it up and I, I see that you're 100% right. The foundation by which you're using it is that black people are tired of X, Y, and Z, right?
Yes, yes.
What popularized it in popular culture today is people getting tired of quote unquote N words doing stuff that they're not supposed to do when they're not supposed to do it.
Yeah, but how much of that is being done to them? You understand what I'm saying? I would say it's more so us amongst us. So what are they tired of? Us hurting us? Because it's that saying. It's easy for cats to kill other cats. It's just the dogs they having problems with. So the
Well, but
majority of
either way, why can't people, right? Because we have to spend as taxpayers a lot of money on incarceration. We have to use a lot of resources and police resources in these neighborhoods and these communities in order to continue to keep things together, right? We have a lot of black people that have been protesting for forever for more diversity, equity, and inclusion and opportunities, which comes at the behest of other people that's not black, right? And then that gets hijacked, and then the culture gets hijacked to where now other people are championing causes, and in reality they're using black people as a poster child to push forth these agendas that's not even best for America or black people. And so I think that people getting tired of anything that happens in the US crime related. I was tired of illegal migrants coming in and taking advantage of resources that's not supposed to be for them, right? But just because I'm not an illegal migrant or I'm not a person that came over here and had to, become a U.S. citizen doesn't mean that I don't want what's best for the entire country. So I don't see anybody not being justified and being sick of anything that's negative that's happening. Now,
yes,
if they just tired of culture in general that don't affect them, then that's one thing. But I think that crime and some of the things that you see happen in the United States, I think that things that happen culturally can be bad for all of us, and I don't see that as a problem. And let me just add this one more caveat. Then they blame white people for their circumstance. They use white people as a poster child for why they can't do better, why they can't get better grades, why they can't get the jobs, why they can't pay for their schooling, why they can't put food on their table, why they are still having children out of wedlock. They say it's systematic instead of saying it's my fault that I had a child out of wedlock.
well, I think that depends. I think the way certain things in the system are set up is not designed for us to move forward. But I just, and my second thing is I also noticed you do know that the billions Obama gave to Iran was their money. The reason why he gave it to them is because we, as the American people, were having to pay the interest on that money. And that's why he gave it back to them. It was theirs.
I'll do some research on that.
Okay, it
I'm
was
not
theirs,
going
and
to
we
disagree
were
with
having
you.
to
I'm gonna do
pay.
some research.
And that's why he gave it to them. We didn't just willy nilly give them billions of dollars. That's crazy.
Is it
Um,
Gina?
yes, Gina, it is.
Gina, um,
Yes.
I see you calling. It looks like from the hospital. Is everything cool?
Oh, I'm at dialysis.
Is it possible that I can pray for you?
Yes.
Well, listen, I just want to say, Lord, be with Gina in every single way. She's a sweet person, a sweet soul. Give her comfort, give her peace, give her healing in every single way. And then also bless her with her heart's desires as long as it aligns with your will in Jesus' name.
Thank you so much, Anton.
You such a sweet girl.
Thank you. And the last thing is
Huh?
with Carmelo Anthony and everything that everyone has said, and I didn't think it was necessarily racial either, but this is my question.
Hmm.
As I was raised, I was born in 77. So as I came along and I was raised, and I'm sure you were probably raised like this too, my first question is, whatever happened to keeping your hands to yourself? Simply because you never know what how that other person might react if you jump first.
I
You
agree with you.
never know what may happen. You never know the consequences of that.
I
So
agree
I
with you 100%. I don't disagree with you. I say it all the
okay.
time. I think that people should keep their hands to themselves.
So I don't think that there was any malice of forethought on Carmelo's part.
Mm.
I really don't think so. I really think he was just trying to back up somebody who's definitely physically larger and probably stronger off of him. I don't think there was
I don't
any
know,
malice.
Gina. I don't think. Listen, I agree with you that people should keep their hands to themselves. I don't know if you can stab somebody though.
I don't think it was
I don't know if you
premeditated.
can stab somebody because they didn't, because they shoved you or whatever it is, right? Because we don't know the details because they didn't make that open, and so we'll find out. I'm assuming later when the jurors maybe have a conversation. I don't think you can take somebody's life though, unless you feel like your life is in danger
Yeah, but I don't think he was trying to take his life.
by stabbing
I
him.
try to back him up. I don't think at all his thought was let me try to kill him. At all.
I don't know. I have to disagree with you on that one.
Okay, yeah, I don't see it. I don't pick that up. That was the like he didn't go in the tent because I have a nephew that runs track and you can be wherever you want. I I don't I just don't think it was premeditated in other words.
I
I
have
don't
never went purposely into an area anticipating confrontation, but then at the same time saying that I'm scared. He brought the knife with him. He knew exactly where the knife was. He scared. In my opinion, scared people are looking to avoid confrontation. They're not warning people that something is going to happen if you keep on doing it.
well
It's very hard for me for me to think that he was afraid or scared, regardless of how people try to frame it. When you go and you look for and you meet confrontation a certain type of way, I've never seen that before.
I have I what I can say is nobody died, but I can understand somebody still being fearful and saying back up off me.
Mm.
It happens, and I would say, and I'm not trying to be gruesome, but I would say let's take a domestic violence situation. Of course, he or she may be scared, but they still gonna be like, back up off me. Yeah,
Nah, I've seen women in domestic violence situations, and those is when she want. It's I've only seen two different things happen when it comes to domestic violence situations. I don't even like speaking on domestic violence situations, but if she do something out of defense, it wasn't pre-planned or premeditated.
That's what I'm saying. Not pre-planned or premeditated,
But she
but
was running and trying to get away, and he chased her down, and all of that type of stuff is what I'm saying. If anytime that you've seen a woman kill a guy and then she claims self-defense, usually they're able to prove that it in some way, shape, or form she planned to kill him if he touched her again instead of walking away from the situation completely. That's not self-defense. That is murder. If
no,
he been beating on you and you say, man, you know what? I got this knife. I got this gun. If he beat on me one more time, I'ma kill him. That's murder. You can't defend yourself in that way. If you had any opportunity to avoid the situation, regardless of him being wrong, you have to get out of there. You got to walk away. The jury will lock you up. Women go to jail every day for killing a dude that they said was beating on them in self-defense.
that depends on the psychological.
Okay.
It's hard to prove, but you have to think about the psychological bearing on that person. And they could have done it, might have not have been at the moment when something happened, but they didn't want it to continue happening.
Yeah.
So it's a lot that goes into that. So you're right. Maybe the domestic violence isn't the best because it's so much more that goes into that. But I don't think it was premeditated with Carmelo Anthony. I think it's a consequence. Austin Metcalf suffered a consequence of not keeping your hands to yourself. It's consequences. Did he deserve to die? No, no, he didn't. But
Yeah, I think it's
it's
unfortunate. I agree. I
consequences.
mean, I think my first reaction to it is it was just unfortunate across the board.
It is.
I don't like the fact that Austin Metcalf died. I don't like the fact that Carmelo Anthony got to go to jail for 17, at least 17 and a half years before he's eligible for parole. I don't think there's no wins in this situation, in my
There
opinion.
is not. There is not. Thank you, Anton, and thank
Thank
you
you,
for playing.
love. I
Okay.
love you, baby
Bye.
girl.
I love you too. Bye.
All right, bye. Isaiah, what up? I'm about to bring you up, big dog. What up? Can you hear me, I?
Can you hear me?
I can. Yep. What's going on, big dog?
Oh, okay, good, good. Got a short time because I got to go to the dentist appointment, but I still want to call in.
Sorry for
Um,
keeping you waiting, bro.
no, it's good. Just 2 points of disagreement. I think Slimmy brought this up on like a Room 9 episode
Mm-hmm.
when you guys were discussing no tax on overtime. I'm cool with there being a change to that and making sure that people can keep more of their money, but
Okay.
just level with the people. When you say no tax on overtime, people assume that means exactly what you say, no tax on overtime.
Okay.
And it ended up being essentially a reduction of the taxes that you pay on overtime.
Well, you file it
So
at the end of the year.
yeah. So they basically take off the half of time and a half. So if you make $10 an hour,
Yeah,
regular
you get
basic,
taxed on a regular time. You don't get
yeah,
taxed
but
on the
you
time and
still
a half.
get taxed on the 10, but
Yeah.
not on the 5.
Right.
So I think people are okay with that. Just don't tell them I don't have to pay any taxes at all. I have an issue when you promise one thing, but then you kind of give a bait and switch at the end
I
because you
don't think it
still
was a
pay.
bait and switch. I think that people need to read policy. We have to stop excusing people for being ignorant, voluntarily ignorant. Because they'll research every statistic. You know who the people that amaze me the most? Gamblers, sports bettors, gamblers. You know what they do? They spend every waking moment practicing, researching, looking at the odds, the statistics, every single thing that's available. People that bet sports gambling, for example, they know every single ins and out to try to beat the system. But they won't
Mhm.
spend that time actually researching the policy, understanding the bills that are being proposed from Congress. They won't do the research. And so I'm not gonna give people a pass for not doing the thing and the information is public. They got to
Well,
do their research. It's not my job to dumb it down for them. It's their job to do the research.
But here's the problem. You can't research policy when it doesn't exist yet. At that point, it was just a campaign promise. So
Yeah,
what
but
am I going to
when they
research?
started proposing a big beautiful bill in Congress, it wasn't a
Yeah,
campaign promise
you're
anymore.
right.
It was an
And
actual
that's when I
proposal.
started to notice, oh, this is not actually no tax on overtime.
Correct.
So what
But
you
it's still no
said,
tax on
so
overtime. It's just that when
no,
the
no,
big
no, no.
beautiful bill was instituted, number one, it had to be retroactive, right? Meaning that you being able to file for it actually applied to the previous year where Trump was not even in office. So when
Hmm.
Trump got elected in 2024 and he got inaugurated in January, right? When the big beautiful bill eventually passed because he had to get it through Congress and it was
Yeah.
implemented, then they could, once they filed their taxes, they can actually file the taxes for the year in which it was implemented, which was the next year, right?
Hmm.
So it was
Yeah.
still retroactive.
Yeah, but you're still paying tax on some of your overtime.
No, you paying
No
tax
tax.
on regular time. You're not paying tax on overtime.
No. So if I have 2 hours of overtime, and let's say I'm making $15 an hour as my pay,
Mhm.
I'm still paying some of the taxes on that $15. I'm just not paying the full taxes on it. Because they're saying of that 15, you're not paying taxes on 5, but you're still paying tax on $10 for
Let me
each
let me
hour
let
you
me ask
work
you a
overtime.
question. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you telling me, right? Because what I've seen from people is them getting upset at not at them they're not being able to get even more money than they anticipated, right? And it's really like you stuck between a rock and a hard place by doing something for people because if you would have never said nothing and they'd have got nothing, then they would have been happier than if you was to give them something and it actually benefits them, but it's not what they expected.
But that's the problem. When you communicate to people on such a large scale and you're talking to the country, you understand that words matter. And that's probably one of my biggest issues with Trump is that sometimes he gets a little loose with the words. And so if you have a country, let's say, that has quite a few C students, right? When they hear no tax on overtime, they're going to expect the simplistic, straightforward answer of, if I work 2 hours of overtime, I'm not going to get taxed on that. Not part of it, but no tax on any of it over that 40 hours. And so if you're going to say something, right? Because nobody made him say no tax on overtime, but I understand it. You're on the campaign trail.
Mhm.
It sounds sexier to say no tax on overtime.
So how would
If
you to
he
propose
said,
that they said it? How would
I
you
would
to
say,
propose that
hey,
they market it?
all you have to say was, hey, I'm looking to see if I can reduce the taxes that you pay. I'm going to look to see if we can take away the taxes you pay on tips. I'm going
That
to
ain't
look to
gonna
see if we
fly.
can reduce the
It's not gonna
taxes
fly.
that you pay on overtime.
People
Why?
have an
Because it's
attention
not sexy.
span
It's
and
not sexy enough to just say
they
that.
watch clips more than long form content and they
I
don't
get it.
read policy and they don't go to websites and they just looking for people to just tell them really quickly in an elevator pitch on what you gonna do, right?
Yes.
When you see Democrats and they say they quote slogans, right? They'll say no kings. What
Yeah,
does that
that's
even mean?
politics. That's
Right?
politics,
That
man.
doesn't mean anything, right? But again,
It's enough to get people to go out, whether they paid or not, to stand in the street with a sign that says no kings because it's a rallying cry. It's something that's
correct.
popular for politics. I get
Now,
it.
now here's the caveat to that though, right? How many presidents actually implemented policy from the campaign trail and the very next bill after they get elected?
I would put them in a short list. Put them in a short list.
So I don't see what the problem is.
What you're basically saying is it's better to get something than nothing. And ultimately, I agree. But if you just gonna give me something and not everything you said, because like imagine if I
I
was on
think
the stand.
he gave everything that he said. People's misunderstanding of it is because they didn't do the research. I know exactly what it meant.
No, 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 no. You can't
I
say
knew
people didn't do the
exactly what it meant.
research.
I knew
They
that you
can't
were going to
research.
have to go through the big beautiful bill and that there was going to be debates in Congress on what is implemented. I knew that they were going to have to give some give and some take because even though we had a majority, there was still going to be Republicans that held out because they wanted certain things for their constituents or for their district or wherever it is that they represented. That's civics 101. Like that.
But that's fine. There's nothing wrong
I
with that.
guarantee you
What you
that you
wanted is not necessarily what you got, but
I
that's okay.
guarantee you
Communicate it
that
that way.
you in no way, shape, or form had a greater expectation than what was implemented.
I mean, I'm a salaried employee, so I don't get overtime anyway. So I don't really care.
No. I ain't
But
talking
when
about
it
as it
comes
relates
to,
to you. I'm saying in general, implementation of policy because you understand how politics work. I'm
yeah,
pretty sure that you didn't have any kind of crazy misunderstanding of what was happening or what needed to happen.
I knew what was being stated as the end result wasn't going to actually end up that way. And I have that assumption for every politician across the board.
Okay.
When you tell me you're going to give me 3 apples, I expect to get 2 apples and maybe a half-eaten one. I know I'm
No,
not
no,
going to
no,
get
no,
that.
no, no. See,
That's
I did.
what you got.
Let me tell you what I expect. When you tell me you're gonna give me apples, I expect for you to give me packaged slices. I think you're gonna still give me apples. That's why I vote for you. But I think that you're gonna give it to me, and maybe you give it to me in applesauce. I don't know, and throw some sugar in it. But
Nah, I expect
that's
fresh
my
hand-picked
expectation
apples
of most
that I can eat.
politicians.
But that's politicians though. And so I
Well,
think sometimes
civics.
politicians, huh?
But Isaiah, but here's the thing. But
Yeah.
how civics work, right? It's like Mom Donnie or any mayor, right? I know that when they say this is what I want or this is what I'm going to do for the people, it's
Mm-hmm.
impossible because the people that control the purse strings of a city is the city council or the alderman, right? So anything that you propose, you're proposing it. They still have to vote on it. They still have to say we don't agree with this. We don't. It's the same thing with Congress. It's the same thing across the board. So any proposal I don't take at face value because I know that it has to be negotiated by whoever it is that actually approves it and pushes it through from the budget.
I know, but at the same time, when it's actually passed, it's law. You can go to the website, you can read it, you know all the ins and outs. Don't continue to tell people, hey, we gave you no tax on overtime, when we know when we actually study what's in the text that
Mhm.
that's not fully the case. You're
I
still
believe
promoting it as one thing when it ends up in the text being something completely different.
based off of
That's
people's
my issue.
based off of people's ignorance and misunderstanding. I look at Trump. I look at Trump for better or for worse as the politician for the most part, not entirely, because he has not ended the war in Ukraine. It's a lot of things that he has not been able to accomplish so far. But for the most part, I look at him as the most effective president when implementing the things that he said that he was going to do, especially when it comes to day one. When it came to getting rid of illegal migrants, if you disagreed with him, didn't mean that he didn't lie. He went straight in and he went in with ICE and he started getting the people up out of there. Right? When he says he's going to do certain things, he actually put boots on the ground to actually try to get it done. And I don't think that
Sometimes he
he's
does,
successful
sometimes he
100% of the
doesn't. But
time. I don't think he's successful 100% of the time. But I think that for the
exactly,
most
that's
part,
what it is.
but I think that he's much more effective as a politician and as a president than any president before us in my lifetime.
That's debatable, but I'll say this. I
How?
think
How?
it depends on what you're looking at.
Give me an example.
I think that his ability to reach people and his ability to be able to get people to buy into things is probably his greatest strength. I think his business background is also a strength, but I think sometimes his divisiveness, just even if he has a great idea, and you know this, if you're in a corporate boardroom or you're in corporate America
Mhm.
and nobody wants to work with you, they know that you're brilliant. They're going to try to get as much work product as they can get from you without having you be a part of the collaboration process because no one wants to work with you. I think in his situation, I think he could have been one of the greatest presidents, but how he sort of goes about things at times, it's not going to be conducive to him getting things done that he wants to get done.
You got
Because
to give me an example of a president that's been more effective, because I don't think that Obama has been more effective, and he's
well,
probably
no president
he's
is
probably
effective
the
100% of the
most.
time. But I'll tell you
Obama
this.
is probably the most. He's probably the most persuasive when it comes to, his demeanor, his character, how it is that he talks to people, being able to get stuff done, having people melt in his hand. I don't think that Obama was as effective at getting things done that he promised in Trump.
I agree with you to an extent. Let me tell you why. I think when you look at what he came into, because whenever Trump has, like, he's saying something along the lines of, oh, well, look what I was left with.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at what Obama walked into, it's not like he walked into a great situation in 2008.
Agreed.
It's not like he walked into no wars. He was already in almost a decade-long war.
I agree 1,000%.
So
That's why I
that
give
makes
him.
it.
That's why I give him
I don't want to
grace.
say I have to grade him on the curve because I don't like grading anybody on the curve. But it's not like he could just hit the ground running with what he was left by Bush.
Well, let me tell you why you're wrong. Is because Obama came in controlling the House and Congress.
Yeah, but he's dealing with a financial collapse that we
Agreed.
haven't seen in quite some time.
Agreed.
And dealing with a war in the Middle East, which nobody wants to be in because it's always an economic
But he had,
disaster. It's
but as
not
far as
supported.
policy is concerned, the only thing that he really got done was Obamacare. Policy wise, he got nothing else. How do you control both? How do you control all three branches of government and not be able to get some stuff done?
I think a lot of people would say they expected more. But leading into my other issue
He
that
had
I have,
8 years, 8
leading
straight,
into my
and
other
not even divided, right? He had 8 straight years, meaning that he didn't have to come in behind somebody else that had undone all of the things that he had did. When Biden came in, is on the first day, he undid everything that Trump did at the border. He got rid of every single thing
no
that
one's
Trump did
arguing
at the
about the
border.
border. Yeah, I'm
So
not
he
arguing
didn't
anything
have to
related
come
to
in
the
and
border.
redo things or come in and revive. He had 8 straight. And we
He
can't
did.
point to any other policy outside of advocating for the alphabet community and Obamacare.
Here's what I will say as well, though, because this kind of ties into my second issue, and it's basically the Iran thing. People didn't like the deal, and I get it. It had holes in it from the high heavens.
Which deal was you talking about?
I forgot what it's called, JPCOA or whatever it was, the Iran nuclear deal.
Yeah.
But what it did do was it got like 97% of uranium out of the country. And it left them with uranium that they couldn't necessarily use for a weapon. And it got us some sort of foothold. Now, nobody trusts Iran fully. We understand that. But it was something. It got tons of uranium out of the country. It wasn't a great deal, but it was something. And it didn't involve taxpayers having to give them money. The money that I think your previous guest touched on this a little bit. The money we gave them was from a failed arms deal that happened back in the 70s before the more militant government took over. And so we had been sitting on that money for decades, and it was used as a part of that deal. But for this deal to be a success, it can't just be we did a bunch of bombing. It can't just be, oh, the Strait of Hormuz is open because it was open before. It has to be complete removal of uranium, full inspections. Anything short of that, there was no point for us doing this in the first place.
I don't know
It has
about
to be
that.
something that's better than what we
But
had
I don't
under
think that the
Obama.
only reason that we're over in Iran was because of a nuclear weapon. I don't think that that's the only reason. I think that that's
I
one of the
agree with
reasons
you.
where we were able to justify that he's using to justify why we were over there. I don't think that that's the only reason.
I agree with you, but the problem is we were given so many different reasons to where it doesn't even matter anymore. Because
I
nobody will
don't think that
believe.
we're fighting a war against Iran. I think it's 100% about China. I don't think that we're having this conversation about Iran at all outside of our partnerships in the Middle East and China. China is our foremost enemy And they're the entire reason why we're having conversations, whether it be about Ukraine, whether it be about weapons, drones, Taiwan, national security, Iran. I think it's 100%. It goes back to China. And I think that the conversations about Israel and all of that stuff, I don't think that that's the main reason why we decide yes, or we give permission and say, all right, we partner with you on this. I think it all goes back to China, 100%.
That may be the focus, and that may be the bigger fish that they have to fry. But the problem is, China's not the one holding the Strait of Hormuz hostage right now. That's Iran.
Yeah,
So
but I don't think the
we
strait
have to
is
deal
the
with
strait
the
is
enemy that's in front of us at that point.
we
You
don't
can't
we
you
don't
can't say
really
it's
care
just
about the
about
strait.
China.
Our partners care about the strait. We don't get anything from the strait. We get less than 2% of our oil comes through the strait for the United States specifically.
But here's the problem with that. There's other things that come through the strait beyond oil.
True,
Ask a
but
farmer like about fertilizer and what the cost of fertilizer has done since the Strait of Hormuz is closed.
yeah, but
Like
again,
farmers,
I think
we
that
don't
all
get
of
that
that.
from other places.
I don't believe that we're not impacted by what happens in Iran or the strait. I don't think
Oh,
that that's the main. I don't think that that's the main play.
plus people need to understand we produce a lot of oil here,
Correct.
but we don't have enough refineries to refine the type of oil that we produce.
Correct.
Not every place produces the same type of oil.
Correct.
So we still are a net importer of oil to meet our demands. We're not just self-sufficient. We could be if we changed our refineries and invested more heavily in that area instead
Yeah.
of exporting what we make, but that's not where we are right now.
Yeah.
So
You may
there's a
be
reason
right on
why our
that.
national oil reserves are continuing to reduce while we're in this conflict right now.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of moving pieces to this.
But
I
you
don't
still
know.
haven't told me. You still haven't told me what president has implemented policy better than Trump.
You're not gonna like this.
I
But to
know
be
what you're gonna say
honest,
too.
you know where I'm going?
Yep. Go ahead.
Clint was that dude, man. I'm
I
gonna
thought
tell
you was
you.
gonna say something else. I ain't.
No,
I ain't
who was that
Clinton
dude?
was
Because when I
not
look
that
at
dude.
just the numbers,
Clinton
and I
was
know we
not
don't
that
like
dude.
how I know we don't like how he offshored manufacturing and jobs. I get it. I'm
Clinton
not
was
a fan
the
of it.
worst president, right after Bush. Right
Mhm.
after Bush. And the reason why Clinton. All right, tell me why you think that Clinton was good.
One of the things I liked about Clinton is that, first of all, he could get, even if people disagree with him, he could work on the other side of the aisle to where it just wasn't this visceral reaction to everything that he wanted to do. Whether you love him or hate him, when he pull out that saxophone, you gonna listen.
Mhm.
So he was able to work across both aisles to be able to get things done. And if you're gonna be in that position, you're gonna have to get buy-in from just the people that are in your party. The second thing is our national surplus, that was under him.
Yeah,
He
but
did
that's
what was
because we mortgaged our manufacturing it. We gave everything away. It became a if you and I own a company together, right? And we know that it's going to absolutely decimate the area where we have our manufacturing company at. However, over the next few years, the people are going to be celebrating because they're going to get huge bonuses for it. But we know that for the next 30, 40 years, that area is not going to have no jobs. It ain't going to have no manufacturing. And that we basically mortgaged our future and we sold it all off. But we gave them really, really big bonuses and told them that we'll give them a 3-year severance package. But we didn't tell them that it was going to decimate their economy. That's essentially what happened. We gave away the foundation of America and got paid for it ahead of time. The people of that generation benefited from it, but now we paying a price for it as a result of it.
so that's two
That's
parts.
basically what happened under Clinton. We messed up everything. We messed up jobs, and we switched it over, and we started to lean more heavily into technology and finance. The
But
problem with
here's the thing.
technology and finance, though, is that we don't make anything. We don't actually physically make anything. We're depending on generating revenue through interest, loans. We're basically making money out of thin air. You then start to print more money, which then long-term inflation affects what happens inside of the United States of America. And Clinton mortgaged our future. Clinton is the foundation behind the 2008 crisis. Bush accelerated it. Clinton started it, bro. It all started under Clinton. All of these deals, the way that we started leaning more into the finance industry, how the banks started finessing, that started under Clinton. It all started under Clinton, bro. He
I'm
didn't
not gonna
have to sit
blame.
there and be left with the bag as a result of it.
I'm not gonna blame one president. Just like if President Trump makes a decision and Clinton makes a decision, whoever president you want to put, that industry still has to be held accountable for the decisions that they make.
No,
Unless you're
not based
telling
off
me
of regulation. Not based if
they have to be held accountable, but those regulations come out of situations where these industries can't be trusted in certain areas to do what they're supposed to do.
the regulations weren't followed. The regulations were eased as a result of being able to generate more revenue. That's why revenue was booming all the way up until 2007, 2008.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't. You look at Trump. What is one of the things that he wants to do in all industries? What does he want to loosen?
Regulations so that we can build, so that we can have more manufacturing,
But
and so that
when
we
you
can get
loosen
things done.
regulations, it doesn't necessarily mean loosen regulations so that you can get the result you were looking for.
I think
If
it
you
does.
loosen regulations, sometimes what happens is people misuse that extra freedom they now have, and then we end up with a financial collapse of 2008.
But I don't think that the regulations that he's loosening have anything to do with qualifying people and making sure that they're vetted to get the actual loans that they're getting. The regulations that he's easing, which some people will debate, a lot of it is environmental, right? Some of it is environmental. And then other parts of regulation, he's expediting the process to be able to get things like. So let's say, for example, you go over to California, and the process that it takes in order to rebuild your home from the fires is extensive, because pulling all of those permits and jumping through hoops to get things done makes it a long-term process to get to get your house rebuilt. When you're able to pull permits, when you're able to fast track things because you don't have to jump through all of these political hurdles to do so, then that makes it easier for us to build manufacturing and build up in the US.
But that's going to be more local than it's going to be at the federal level.
Well, I'm using that as an example.
Yeah.
People being
That's
able to
gonna
start
be
up businesses.
like California's issues with rebuilding. That's going to be their issue. If they have all of these hurdles that people have to jump through, and I've heard about it where it takes 6 months just to build a deck on the
Just to
back
get a
of your house.
permit.
Yeah, I
It's certain,
understand that.
it's certain
That's not
cities.
something the president can necessarily solve for. That's something the state has to decide they want to solve for.
Yeah, but my point is that I think that what Trump is doing is releasing the federal government from responsibilities and putting it more on the states to actually get things done inside of their legislature, right? Whether you're talking about education, whether you're talking about permitting processes, no matter what it is, most of it should be a state's issue. It shouldn't be a federal issue. I think that he's trying to say that the federal
Hands
government
off.
don't need to be as much into all of this stuff in order to get stuff done.
I agree with it. Ultimately, it's easier to get things done with honey than vinegar. I'm not saying
Sometimes.
I'm not saying he needs to be a pushover. Nobody should be a pushover. But the system that we have requires both sides to work together in order to get the benefit for the people. And if you always have a scenario where one side is only going to worry about their side and the other side is going to worry about their side, then none of us benefit from that.
I don't think that he's that type of president, though. I think his personal criticisms of individuals have nothing to do with his overall presentation, right? He works with the first thing that he did when Mamdani got elected was he invited him over to the White House, and he didn't dog him, right? And he gets shots from Mamdani all the time. The first thing that he did was he flew over to California and he was working with Gavin Newsom on giving them financial relief for the fires and any help that they needed.
But that's a point that I think a lot of people have brought up. It's like you get the Trump that you see you could get, like the best of it, and then other times you get the other version. And you're not sure based on how he feels on a given day which one you're gonna get. If you got the one that invited Mamdani to the
if you got Obama is
the
basically
White House. Say it again.
If you got Obama instead of Trump.
No, I'm not saying no. He can be whoever he is. He doesn't need to be Obama.
No, because Obama is he's very charismatic, right?
Trump is to a degree, but sometimes he can be abrasive. like in a
I
way that
think that
nobody
Trump is
wants to.
more. I think that you have to do that sometimes because, again, it's very difficult. And I will give you that Obama did inherit one of the biggest messes. I think that Bush was one of the worst presidents of all time for me in my lifetime. I've
Absolutely.
said that multiple times, and he inherited an
Absolutely.
absolute piece of trash, which is why I give Obama more grace. And I don't think he was a completely trash president at all. But I don't think, from a policy perspective, being in there for 8 straight years, and you look at his track record, it's hard to pinpoint what he did policy
Now
wise.
maybe I'm
It's
speaking
hard to pinpoint what he
from
did
my
policy wise.
personal benefit, but that home buyer's tax credit, that thing was slapping.
Yeah, that I
I
agree
bought
with
a
you.
house during that time, and it was great. It was something that we didn't have to think about, something that we didn't have to like figure out how does this work. It just was what it was. And I think it helped to start to bring back some of the people that were interested in buying homes because it made it more palatable to start looking at buying homes again.
Yeah,
So I
the only reason that it didn't hit more is because ain't nobody had no money.
I agree. When we bought our first house, those houses were originally selling for like 250,000, but by the time the collapse happened, they were selling that thing for like 160.
Yep, yep.
So we benefited from it, and I'm sorry that houses had to be foreclosed on in order for us to benefit, but
I mean, it was what it was.
that's life. But
Yeah, that is what it is. That's what
I
happens.
mean, like I said, I don't have huge disagreements. The overtime thing, just tell me what you're gonna do. Don't promise me something else.
Yeah.
And then Iran, don't give me 4 or 5 different reasons. Just say, hey, we doing this for these reasons
Nope, you
combined.
can't do that, Isaiah. You can't do that. And the reason
You
why is
absolutely
because war has to be sold. You can't.
exactly. You can't sell people when you can't tell them exactly why we're doing it in the first place. You
Well,
can't give them.
but Trump is in a unique situation, and you got to give me this. People have more than any other time Trump derangement syndrome. Honestly, there's people that hate Trump because him, and it doesn't matter what he do. Sometimes they're going to hate him regardless, and it don't have nothing to do with him in particular. A lot of it also is marketing from Democrats on why you should hate Trump.
I'll give you this. That does exist. But on the opposite extreme, you have those that will, no matter what he does, they won't disagree with what he says
That's a
because
fact.
they feel like they have to go overboard to protect him because they see what's happening on the other side. And so you
Agreed.
get this unbalanced extremes on both sides to
I agree.
where it it's just not beneficial as
I
a
do
whole.
not disagree with you whatsoever on that. I agree 100%.
At any rate, I appreciate your time, man. I got to get to this dentist appointment.
Hey man, I appreciate you for calling in. It's always for me, it's refreshing when I can actually talk to somebody that is intelligent and can articulate themselves versus, the first caller that's crazy. I ain't never heard. I ain't know I had a different name. I ain't know I was from Kentucky. I said this is crazy.
You didn't know you was a minister too?
And I'm being investigated. Let me make a phone
You got a
call.
secret congregation in
Yeah,
Kentucky?
I got a call and see what I'm being investigated about. So I don't know.
All right.
I
Well, I
appreciate you, bro.
appreciate your
Thank you.
time, man. I hope everybody else enjoys the rest of the show. I'll see you guys again on Monday.
All right,
Me
big
and
dog.
Rashad.
Thank you. I
All right, have a good one.
Five. You up next? Let me see what Five talking about. Five probably gonna tell me about how I'm wrong about Dame, and he gonna tell me I'm wrong about Dame and Jay ain't the man and all of that. What up, Five? Five can't even hear me. He listening to the live stream. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Five. Five. I can't hear you, bro. I can't hear you. Five.
I can't hear you, bro. Your audio is off. I can hear you now.
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, my fault.
What's the
Okay.
word,
Yeah, I was
Fa?
messing with
Tell
this
me
mic.
how Dame. I'm wrong about Dame
What's up,
again.
bro?
Are you listening to me on
No, not at
YouTube or
all,
are you
bro.
listening to me on this?
On the Ecamm. Yeah,
Okay,
you
all right.
muted on the YouTube.
All right, cool.
Okay. Yeah, I had to mess with the mic.
What's the word?
Okay. You hear me?
Yep.
What's up, bro? Yeah, bro, real quick, bro. First dude got a vote. Sadly, bro. Yeah, he got a vote in this country. That's crazy, right?
It's insane
But
that they actually
it's
can go.
insane. They need an bro. They need an aptitude test for voting, bro. If I had to change anything, they really should do that.
I gotta get the name. I'm gonna rewind the show and get the name that he said that I was. I forgot what he said it was.
You from Kentucky and you a preacher's son and you got
Yeah,
a
but I
case
forgot
or
what the
something.
name
Yeah.
was. I don't remember the name was. James P.
Don
He said I'm
James
James P.
P. Yeah,
Fields.
James P. something. Yeah, Fields. Okay. Yeah, no, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be quick. I ain't gonna be long winded. I just
Hold on, let me get my
yeah,
ID
that's
to make
wild,
sure that I
bro.
got the right name.
You entertain dude too.
Well, yeah, because I'm gonna clip it up.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me look at
bro, start crashing out.
see what my ID is. James P. Fields.
Yep,
Huh? My ID said Anton
yep,
Daniels.
yeah. That's a new one.
My ID kind of made me look like a convict, bro. Shit look like a convict ID, bro. I don't like it.
You up for the new one? It's should be 4 years, right? When your new one?
I don't know. It say
Oh,
Anton on it.
2027.
Yeah, it say
2027.
Anton.
That's when you take the new pick.
Guess I was
Yeah, so
able to
you
get a
got two
fake
more years.
ID.
Yeah.
What up, though, Fi? What's the word?
What up? Shit. Bro. I'm here to plead my case for the Sunday show, bro. What we doing? That's my smoke. Real
I
rap,
don't
bro.
honestly. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet because I'm getting rid of the Wednesday show. I think that
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
like the
move.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday idea you were saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I think
love
I'm
that
gonna
idea.
move Friday to Wednesday, so where it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I think I'm
Hmm.
gonna bring back a Monday show that's similar to how I did the Wednesday show on the Anton Daniels channel.
Yeah, just move that back to Monday. I never understood. I didn't. You behind the scenes. I didn't know why you moved it from Monday. Monday was good for
Yeah,
that show.
and then the only thing is, it's like I might do, and then I'm thinking about doing something on Friday to where
Yeah,
the problem is this is that I stream so much because I stream
yeah.
over 8 hours a day every day, almost every day.
I know. I catch it all. Yeah, it's a
Yeah, and
job, bro. It's a shift catching all your stuff, bro.
yep.
It's really a shift at work.
So I stream
Real
that,
right.
but then I also create content for the Anton Daniels channel.
I know.
So I
Yeah, that's
have
all
to,
8 to 10 hours a day.
yeah. So now you talking about anywhere between 12 and 16 hours every day that I
Hmm.
have to make sure that I'm locked in the studio at my computer and all of this stuff. The problem
Yeah,
is, it's like Sundays is usually like a day that I can kind of catch up on everything so that I can get stuff set up for Monday. And so
right.
I don't know if it makes sense for me to do a Sunday show because it's like I feel like I'm more behind because I haven't been able to leverage it to catch up.
Okay, I understand. Even if you move it to another day, I'm just voting for that show, bro. Because
I might do it
we
on
was
a Friday.
doing. I don't care. I'm here for service if you need me. But my
All right,
point
bet.
is, we was doing like 5K views with the movies, bro. When we did the two sports, I know you
Yeah,
good
they
with
hit.
views and you all
Yeah,
like, bro. They hit. They did. Listen, we did 12 the first live game show, then we did 18 the second.
yeah.
So
I
we
know.
was building momentum. Like to put that in perspective, the Q show do 15 to 20 on average, and after hours do 20 to 30, 35. So for us
Yeah, yeah,
just to
yeah.
be a brand new
It hit.
show,
It hit.
18K views was good. And that was our last show.
I'll be
So if we
wanting to
just
do.
got build on it,
I want to do it. It's honestly, I just be my schedule be shot.
bro.
And then
Even
and
if,
then
bro.
and then
Go ahead.
here's the other part of it though. Like sometimes, like I'll give you an example. I'm so behind that I can't even travel this weekend because my daughter and my chick is actually flying to a different state for her competition. Because it's not
Right.
international, I don't trip too much if it's not international. Now that they big, now that she big or whatever. But it's like I
Mm-hmm.
used to use my weekends to kind of travel and focus on, you know what I'm saying, my daughter and stuff too. So it's like, at this point, I don't have no personal life at all. I have zero personal life.
All right.
I,
So
I gotta I
question.
gotta figure out what that balance look like, man. Because, and it's kind of cool because my Lamborghini is in the shop right now, and I get it next week. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what to do. And then I'm streaming 4 hours now on this channel, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm focusing on growing this channel and stuff like that. So I got to figure that out.
No, I feel that. But bro, even if you let how about letting Slimmy run it? Like when you call out a Q show, Q still could run the show even if you're not there. Like how about that? Or Q or Slimmy. But just
I have
and if you can come, of course, we
I
prefer
have a
you. But I mean,
problem
like even if you
with
don't.
I have a problem with control.
Mm-hmm.
That's a self problem, a self inflicted wound problem where I don't feel like I don't know if anybody can do it as good as me, and so I I have to be a part of everything. I have to have my hands on everything and all of that stuff.
I
When it
understand.
comes to entertainment and content, I'm very very anal about quality and all of that type of stuff, and so I have a very very hard problem with letting responsibility goes when it comes to entertainment and this content creation game.
I understand. I'm just up here pleading my case, bro. That was the pretty much the
Yeah,
smoke I
I'm
had
gonna put
for.
it together. I
Because
think I'm
we
gonna
was
put it
building,
together by
bro.
this. I'll figure it out by Sunday. But what I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna do is I am gonna do a Monday show, a solo Monday show, and I
Mhm.
think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a Friday show. So
Okay. And if possible, you probably busy Saturday, but I'm just throwing it out. The game 6 is Saturday.
yeah.
Live stream the game if if you free. Yeah, I'll be around.
All right,
We'll
that's a
see if
bet.
we
I
schedule.
might do it on
All right.
Saturday because I don't
Yeah, that's the
like
next game. Yeah,
my
we got to see
daughter's
if
gonna
they
be
can
out of
close it
town,
out.
so it ain't like I'm gonna be doing nothing. So
There you go. So if we free, I'm like I vote for the let's live stream. Let's see if the Knicks could close it out. And
yeah,
then I think game 6 will be. I think they said Tuesday. If they don't close it out Saturday.
yeah,
Yeah, back in New York. Yeah, that'll be loved. I think that'll be good. Good viewership, good content, great. And I feel like we was getting good chemistry. We just gotta, like you always say, build on it, stay consistent. If we do
yeah.
that, I think we gonna kill it, bro. With the sports channel, the
I
streets
think
been
I am
asking for
going.
it.
I think I am going to push, and then also I'll tell you, a lot of people. I don't say this, but if I don't show up, right? Let's say for example, because I've never not shown up for an after hour show, but let's say for
Yeah,
example, I don't show up for a Wednesday show or something.
yeah, the Q show. Yeah,
People act like they can't watch it unless I'm on there. Even when people like want to hold me accountable, because one of the things that people look forward to is they want to see Slimmy kick my ass, right? They want to. I
Mhm.
understand the entertainment aspect of it. They want to
Yeah,
see Slimmy get on Molly. They want to see
yeah,
Slimmy debate with me and hold me accountable. They want to see
yeah.
who gonna shut me down. Like that's a part of the show. And so if
Right.
I'm not there in a sense to debate the other side or even to an extent, be a
Hmm.
punching bag or have people rooting against me, then it can kind of take away from the show itself. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I know that, and I gotta figure it out. I'll figure it out though.
No, I totally understand, but I wasn't saying like, oh no, screw you. We cool doing it without. No, we
No, no,
definitely
no.
prefer you.
Listen. I
I
would
was
love
just
for people
saying,
to do
even
it
if you
without me.
can't make it, like, we teach. Let me run it. That's all. I was just voting that if you can't make it. I wasn't
Yeah,
saying we prefer it without you. Of course not. You the leader of the bag chasers. We definitely prefer you there. But I was
yeah,
just saying, I think Slimmy could handle it without you if you needed if you weren't available. That's all I was saying. That's all. I'm
yeah.
just pleading. I just want the show. Yeah, I definitely enjoy kicking it with you guys. I felt like we was building something. Them views, we doubled it and then tripled it in 2 shows. That's crazy. So,
No, it's
we
yeah.
just
I
comparable
gotta
to
work
other
on it.
10-year shows.
Trust
Yeah,
me.
that's
Your
all.
car was going off on me today about
Okay,
how
my dog.
I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, and it's
Hmm.
frustrating to be doing all of this work and it's not being used effectively. So
Right.
trust me, I'm getting my ass kicked right now. So
Yeah, I'm adding to it. So just yeah, I'm where your car.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
put it together. I got you. I'm gonna do it this
Okay.
weekend because
And then we could go to
I'm
movies
locked
after,
in.
back to the movies after the finals over. But
I don't know
I'm
if
mad
I'm
we
gonna do the
missed the finals.
movies. I'm gonna tell you right
Yeah.
now.
Even if we don't, we could just do sports back when football start.
I just
I
don't have
voted
the
that too.
capacity. I don't have the
I
capacity.
understand. Yeah, but just a lot of us want the sports show. I'm in the chat. I ain't, you don't see the chat as much as I see the chat because I'm literally in the chat. But we've been asking for sports forever, and we
Yeah, I'm on
we
it.
we be killing it.
I'm
Yeah.
on it.
Okay, bro. Yeah, that's all I wanted. That's all I
Thanks,
wanted. Pleasure
thanks,
talking
Fa.
to you. All right, no problem, bro.
All right, big dog. Emmanuel, I'm about to bring you up, bro. Emmanuel is gonna be the last one, the last person. I appreciate everybody. What up, E?
Oh shit! What up? Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Don't mess up your job because you on the line, big dog.
What up?
Chilling, chilling. What's the word, bro?
You said what?
I said, what's the word, man? Don't mess up your job.
Oh no. I'm good.
What's the word?
But yeah
What you
though,
got? What you got on your mind,
basically
bro?
that's the word. Uh, just want to confirm though your thoughts on mandatory DNA tests. Just before I go into it.
I think that every kid should have a mandatory DNA test to ensure that the father is the actual real father before he signs a birth certificate, or before the woman can get any kind of benefits whatsoever. I think that we need to make sure people are who they are and not just allow for people to just be able to say what they want to. Because we already know that it's the mother's child because it came out of her, but we don't know who the father is for sure 100%.
Okay, so it was conditional, like when it comes to benefits and child support.
No, I think that all mandatory DNA tests should be there in general because just because you don't get benefits today don't mean that you can't apply for them later. You know what I'm saying? Like we should be able to accurately trace people's lineage, and we shouldn't let people get away with not, you know what I'm saying somebody's the father and he's not.
All right, so I got three angles in the way that I disagree.
Hmm.
So I got the me version,
This is
and
interesting.
then I got the
I've
human
never seen
version.
a guy say that they disagree with this.
But I think you'll understand why. I
Okay.
think and then I got the it's the me version, the human version, and then it's the man version. But another way you can say the man version is manosphere or red pill, whatever. It's kind of and you. So me, I got a little boxylitis. Every now and again, uh,
I think I
I
think
I,
most of
catch,
us
I catch
do.
a little case. I catch a little case of it. You
Okay.
know, and but sometimes I don't return. So, but I don't know what happens there.
Wait,
I
what?
guess I don't go there. So I know it. Another way to say it, let's say I litter. I smoke Black and Miles, right? Let's say I litter, boom. And 5 years down the line, I'm 25. So like 5 years down the line, I have my first child. And while I'm mandatory, it's mandatory. I have to give my DNA. And a week later, police knocking at my door asking me where I was June 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Cause they found something somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Cause my DNA is in a database now. They like I was mandatory. I'm getting forced to do it. So, and it also leads into the human angle. Um, another
Why not
example,
just not do
Jordan
crime? Why
Peterson.
not just not do crime?
All I did was litter, just a little
But
litter.
why not just not do crime at all?
But you're right about that. But also, when little box of light is something might get left in the room and it's just dead, and it was no crime done. I was just done. And then things happen,
Oh,
and Shotty don't know how to clean up good. I don't know. They hit the little black light, and they found me. But uh, but on a human angle, right? I was do you know who Jordan
I do.
Peterson is?
Yep, he from
So
Canada, professor.
yeah. So when he got in trouble, he wasn't getting in trouble for saying no, I won't say what you want me to say. He said no, I won't be forced to say what you want me to say. Cause
Pronouns.
there's a
Yep.
difference. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cause there's a difference between being
I read his
allowed
book.
to.
I got his book.
I have not got his book yet, but I am planning. I'm in the middle of like the Bible, so therefore I just want to get through that first.
Take your time. Honestly, it's a deep read. Jordan
Yeah,
Peterson's book is very, it's heavy. You know what I'm saying? It take a lot.
yeah.
And so, it's not a simple richest man is in Babylon. It's not like a biography like a Gucci Mane book or something. It's fucking heavy, bro. It's seriously. And like I was like, damn, let me take my time and read this one.
Okay, but yeah, to be honest, I ain't nowhere close. I'm still in Genesis. I read Genesis probably 1.5 times because I just wanted to. We ain't gotta get into that. My spiritual journey,
I got you.
but but basically, I don't like the being forced to like I don't like the mandatory part of it. It's the that part.
Of making sure that it's your child.
See, I would make sure, in general, I believe in DNA tests. I'm gonna get one, but if I'm forced to get one by some type of entity, the government, then I don't want like I believe in less government.
You
So
would have to
therefore,
take a DNA test if they petition for a paternity test. If a woman
see,
today says, "Yo, Emmanuel is the father of my child, and I want to come after him for child support," you have to take a paternity test. You can't deny. You can't not take it.
yeah, but that would never happen. I don't that
No, you
I'm gonna
missing a
tell you
point
something.
though. You would have to take it with that, and you're not gonna complain about that, but you don't want to double check to make sure that the woman that's having your child is actually having your child and not having somebody else's child.
No, see, I believe in DNA tests. It's the forcedness of it, but
Yeah, that's why you use Jordan
I
Peterson as an
now I
example. You're saying that
all right.
he
So
wasn't protesting against pronouns itself. He was protesting against being told that he had to use somebody else's pronouns, and he wanted
yeah,
the freedom to not.
yeah.
I
So
understand what
I
you're
got
saying.
just to ask for a piece of information because I've never been in. I know you haven't been in child support court either,
Never.
but you might have more knowledge of this. When do you have to go through a government agency when you get one? When you going through that, or can you go to a separate entity?
I have no idea.
Okay, so we're both ignorant on that part. But if I had, let's say you have the choice, I'm going with the independent entity than the government one. Even if it's like
Or,
separate
or,
and they just suggest it, I'm still not
or,
going with them.
or you can choose not to get chicks pregnant.
Yeah, see that like I don't do baby mothers. I have no
So
children.
you don't have to
I
worry about
won't
a
have no
paternity
children.
test then.
But see, if they make it mandatory, I would.
Only if she thinks that you're the father.
Well, she my wife. I better hope she think I'm the one.
But then you shouldn't be tripping about a paternity test if I don't get it.
Oh,
Listen,
I don't.
it
Even with my wife, I'm going to get a DNA test.
so I don't understand what the objection is then, honestly.
The basically the forceness, the punishment or the force when it comes to it.
But what are you afraid of? I don't understand. You afraid of them coming to pick you up for littering?
Um, not. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
don't think that they're gonna check your DNA for littering, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I was going light on my criminalness. I'm better now. I'm better now. uh, look, I've been a bag chaser for a long time. Like it's just different ways of doing
can't bag chase illegally, man. That's not bag chasing. That's prison chasing.
They say that's the thing. I ain't never been to prison, but I
Oh
never.
my god.
But basically, I was trying to go light on that, not to just put business out like that.
Well,
But
basically, what you're saying is that because of your criminal activity or previous criminal activity, then you're fearful of being forced to take a DNA test. My answer to that is that when you do things the right way, you don't have to worry about those type of things.
you right.
So you just got to get your life together, and then you ain't got to worry about it. Listen,
No,
people that 100%. I ain't talking about 99%, 98%. I'm almost there. None of that stuff. When you 100% got your life together, bro, you don't fear law enforcement. You embrace law enforcement. It's a flip
yeah.
side.
See, I'm pro cop. I'm pro law enforcement.
No. As far
Now,
as yourself, like not having to worry about the system, not having to worry about getting in trouble, not having to worry about DNA. Like, if a cop pulls me over and they say, "Hey, man, I want you to take a breathalyzer test," when you had a couple drinks or so, you be like, "Damn, did I fuck up?" But when you ain't had nothing to drink, you kind of like, "Yeah, man, what up? What you got? Go, I dare you." You ain't tripping about it because it's like, you know you're not drunk. They don't even want to give you the breathalyzer test because they know you're not drunk. They can tell the difference between a person that's a criminal and a person that's not a criminal. And so you just don't want any of that. You don't want no apprehension. You don't want to have no worries. You don't want to have none of that type of stuff, bro.
see, I don't even listen to Kendrick. I listen to country music. So they'll never know pulling up on me. But
Ah, man, get back to work,
but
man. You gonna
I
break for
guess
too long. You about to get yourself in trouble.
nah. All right. So my third angle was basically because I will head out because I guess it's new information but new perspective. But the third angle was I guess the men that's scared to of the consequence. You know, like I've seen some females they be like if you ask for a DNA test, then you can have the test, but you ain't gonna have me after, and things like that. I've seen it. I can't even see the comments, but if you do, have you ever seen something like that? Please let Ty know that I've seen multiple videos of females that's like, if you don't trust me, you ain't gonna have me after this DNA test.
Cool.
So like it put a little fear in people's heart. So
Nah, it ain't no
therefore,
fear. It ain't no fear. It is what it is. Ain't nobody tripping off of that. That's like telling
oh
me
yeah,
I'm not gonna have you if you don't sign a prenup. Well, if you don't, then cool. It is what it is. We're not supposed to be
yeah,
together.
in my eye, I'm like, shoot, she just go back to quit and be a single mom, like for
She
fun,
lying. She just threatening
and
because she don't want to take that DNA test. Don't believe that shit.
yeah, and exactly though. It's but I guess it's whatever. But my thing was, man up, just get the DNA test. You don't even need her permission, real deal. Like you go to the hospital with a Q-tip and leave, and you good. So
Yeah.
it was also like the man up thing. Like we don't have to really make this a law. Men just have to, if you want one, get one.
Yeah.
This I don't think this is a law is necessary for it. If you
No,
man
I think
enough
it's
to be a
necessary.
dad,
I think it's necessary because
then
it's too much fraud
just
and
do it.
it's too many people that don't know that their kid is not theirs, and it's too much fraud happening. And we need man. Honestly, that's one of the things that I would absolutely run on is mandatory DNA tests inside of my state. If I was to ever run for governor or something like that, I would run on family court laws, mandatory DNA tests, stuff like that.
I just think shoot, just do it yourself.
Nope.
Like
I think it
I don't
should
know how
be
much it
in
costs.
order for you to get certain benefits, all of that. I think it should be more of a vetting process. I don't agree with the way things go now.
I think with the benefits thing or like child support thing, I do agree with you mandatory. But if we just out in the free world, like we married or we love each other, whatever, still in a relationship, y'all, you just need to man up, get a Q-tip. Hey, we don't need to pass no legislation. I don't think so. We don't need to pay many
You
thousands of
coming from it
dollars.
from a criminal's perspective though, so you can't. It's different for you.
But also from the fact that I'm not scared of a woman leaving me. Is also that I'm not scared of a woman leaving me. Also, like me and this Q-tip and this Ziploc bag, we about to get the answers that we want, and she can't do nothing
Crazy.
about it. Whether I tell her or I don't,
Crazy.
that's what I was thinking.
Get out of here, Emmanuel, man. I appreciate you, bro.
But I though appreciate you for changing my life though.
You got it, big dog. Thanks, man. All right, y'all. Heck of a show today, wasn't it? We pivoted. We pivoted. And here we are. Let me read some of y'all super chats, and we're going to go from there. Again, shout out to Andrew Brooks. Hit me up, Anton Daniels 413 at gmail.com. I appreciate you, bro. JP says, did you see Karen Bass's bro is suing LA over the fire? I didn't see that. Dower says, I think that guy was illiterate, the first guy. Knowledge says, appreciate the review, Anton. I want to talk business with you if possible. Yeah, we can kick it. Absolutely. The Simp Police Academy says, Quintavious Trarian, 2D point, sir. Chad from Moore says, I see why 80 don't allow call-ins as much. See, sometimes we get them good and sometimes we get them bad. You never know what you're going to get. All of the callers that came after him was good, but whew. Then they start calling me out of my name and stuff. This guest shows the accurate depiction of what Anton talks about as a Dusty. Mr. Campbell to you says these folks y'all be arguing with in the comments. Yep, they be arguing with all of these Dusty guys. Is this thirsty? Teacher he says, is this thirsty from back in the day? Man, Scorpio says, I see how Mom Donnie won at NYC. Shout out to my girl Crimson says, I'm liking the switch up Lord ADD's trolls. These are the same patchy beards and stank breath that's on deck, I guess. It's crazy, Crimson. What up to my girl Tiffany Simpson? Thank you, Tiffany, for holding me down. The Wade report in the building says, you don't have to explain yourself to a Dusty like this. You can tell by his energy he's a Dusty, rubbing his face, capital Dusty. You know what, to be honest with y'all? When that first guy came up and I was looking at his background, I was looking at how his couch was scratched off and stuff like that. I try not to judge people because I just try to take them best off of face value. I was like, man, I don't know if I trust this guy. But we winged it. We give everybody an opportunity. What's up to my It's my girl. It's my girl. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Molly is she's mine. I lend her to y'all for content, but she's mine in real life. To my homie, to my homie James P. Fields. What up, James? Shout out to James P. Fields. Man, I feel sorry for James P. Whoever James P. Fields is, I do feel sorry for him. I'm starting to understand the ladies now. See what I'm saying, Moses? See what I'm saying? These psych patients are getting mad crazy, Crimson. Yes, they are. Shout out to my dog, Luis Thomason. I appreciate you, bro. Only just commentary in the building says instant classic. Hey, I'm going to just say this. I've been killing the content game. This week was probably one of my best weeks that I've had on the Millionaire Morning Show. Shout out to everybody that was locked in on the MMS. Zydeco Soul says that man is on synthetic weed or something. You know what? You know what's so funny? He was saying it so convincingly, I started to question myself. I was like, I had to go and get my ID. Am I James P. Fields? Did I ever live in Kentucky? Hey, he said it so convincingly. He said the whole names. He gave me my location of in Kentucky and everything. I was like, He had me rethinking it. I was like, dang, am I in the investigation or something? Yo. I said it so convincingly. Terrible People podcast in the building. Shout out to Terrible People. AD, this is madness. Who is Brandy Davis? Who is James P. Fields, AD? I need you to talk like Red's daddy and Friday. Leave these crazy people alone. Bro. It's a crazy show. And then my audio had went out for a second. Smooth Artist says he about to cry. I know y'all talking about that. You don't deserve to be disrespected, period. Anton says Elizabeth Williams. It is what it is. It's life. Manny Plays PC says he wasn't dropped on the floor as a baby. He was dropped down the stairs. That's Thirsty Son. DJ Ace is a menace. I'm going to say that. DJ Ace is a menace. A menace. Real talk. Shout out to Luis. I appreciate you, Thomason. Only Just Commentary in the building says YouTube early 2000s was reality TV gold. Levite Apparel in the building says he talked to a real millionaire and crashed out. Wow. Nerd Fitness says I'm donating $2 to get him more crack. Dame Dash 68 says he missed med time. Spaces in the building says, yet more proof why we can't have anything. Ninjas just don't know how to act. He didn't say one specific disagreement. What an absolute lowlife, an embarrassment to himself and black people. And you know what's so funny? I think that people be getting off on their chest exactly what they really mean, like what they really feel in real life. Shout out to you, Spaces. Thank you, my friend. How we get up on the call? I had the link pinned to the top of the chat earlier. Haywire. Free Thinker says, homeboy been sitting on that sofa with no AC, sweating bullets. That's why it's cracked. The Simp Police Academy says, ask him what color leggings he got on respectfully. Y'all crazy. Scorpio Dre says, we all pay taxes. That's our girl. Facts. Just Incredible says, gotta put that's my baby mama on a t-shirt. Dev Reedy says, our men are weak and victims. I work 12 to 14 hours a day and I run up a bag, so no excuses. 6-figure earners with 2 kids. Talk that talk, big dog. Christopher Mayberry says, this dude, Chicago, we hamming. Give us back our woman. Manny Plays PC says, get your game up so I can my damn hat. So you can have your damn hat. Mr. Campbell to you says, Anton, you got to make a beggar apparel. Man. KB the Hybrid says, yo, AD, can I get a hat? I can show receipts now. It makes sense. I've been waiting to buy once. I promise you. One of my biggest things was, yo, I don't want people using my hat and they be on the streets begging. It wouldn't be good promotion. That's why big brands don't make themselves as accessible to other people. Nerd Fitness says $2 more. Get this man some crack too. Leno in the building. Shout out to Leno. Says the first call you took was a complete weirdo. Crimson, my baby, says I work a minimum. Do you really? You work a minimum of 83 hours a week? Wow. I think I'm in love. Marvelous Brown Jr. says, every time you do these call-ins, I can see what women are complaining about. And then I told y'all. Isaiah Robinson says, phone overheated. My apologies. Great. Yeah, man, listen, you were great, bro. You were great. Hey, email me, bro. I love to have those type of conversations with intelligent people like you, man. Thank you, Isaiah. Oop Milk says, great show, AD. I really appreciate all of the time and the effort you put into the Millionaire Morning Show. And Room 9, honestly, the last 24 hours is a good reminder of how to stay grounded. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Oop. Levite Apparel says, Anton the Shah, meaning the former king of Iran, gave that money. The new regime terrorists take over, in essence, took the money. The reason for the money was for fighter jets and more purchase from the U.S. Chance Talks Business says, let's call it what it is, lying for votes. Vision in the building says, Vision TV says, dude, giving Obama way too much credit. Let's talk about his policies. Chip burner. Facts. Also, why did Clinton incentivize companies to move their manufacturing overseas? Crimson. What up, Crimson? Crimson says, why do people romanticize the past, present, and detriment? Past, present, detriment. Kathy Jones. What up, Kat? Kat says, such a phenomenal show. A lot of great topics. Praying for your continual success, wisdom, and insight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. In Jesus' name. TS says, AD, did you take the bike out yet? I did. I took it out last weekend. I had the bike out last weekend. It was up. I was all through these streets. James P. Fields, and the P is for pimping. We might not get hats, but hide your beer. I Choose You 2 tour coming soon. I bet she will cost extra. Hire people like the Joe Budden podcast, AD. You know I'm too hands-on. You just got the lamb and it's already in the shop. Yeah, something warranted. It was a warranty issue. I had showed to people. Me at the office right here, getting my new Lamborghini, baby blue Lamborghini, getting towed onto the tow truck because it's having mechanical issues. This is my life. See me at the office. You might have to pull the parking brake. There goes my baby. Yep. I had to get it. That was a Friday night too. Had to get it took back to the dealership, and I'm supposed to get it back next week. So thought I was getting Starlink installed. Chronicles of Life, because Joe Budden has JBP Rewind, and Potwise. I don't know about the JBP Rewind and Potwise. Those don't look to be doing that well. I don't know if those is hitting the way that we wanted to hit. What up, though, AD? Shout out to the Rewatch Chasers. What up, Real Life PJ? Spaces in the building says, as a light-skinned man, I 100% disagree with this light-skinned man's sentiments. He does not represent a lot of us. Littering is illegal, fellas. Clean up behind yourselves. Make paternity mandatory. Agreed. 1J Ben says littering equals hitting licks in Urban Dictionary. 392Q says James P. Fields is insane. Your new alias. Trey Day says, when can I come up, bro? Might have to wait till next Friday now. Eric D says, another great show. Both K. Cooper and I tried to call in, but name was not called. We got major beef. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to get them in the order that they was coming, so if you didn't get a chance to come up, I apologize. Thank you, Eric D. Dean Murray says, after these calls, I might need the true definition of what a bag chaser is. Eugen Park says, greetings from South Korea. What up to my South Korean family out there? First time watching today, haven't laughed this hard in a while. What up? What up? Executive Suite Emily says, get Ebony Davis on the phone. The spirit of dust was in full effect today. Couch looking like a scratch post. Nice couch. Nice couch. Rick James voice. ABJ's wide, strong, and smooth. I see you don't think I remember that, do you? AD, why he ain't go with the African name? Mm-hmm. Dean Murray says, I think Trump might be on to something about bringing back state hospitals. Much respect to James. 392Q says, AD said, F it. I'm a pivot and be James P. Fields for Louisville, Kentucky. That Fenty was the caller on the couch says Q the executive suite MLE. AR is back, says no Dusties allowed. My dog, Fi Brown in the building, says, yo, AD. Sent you a story on a man with 7 kids getting deleted over a parking space in Philly. No one is talking about it. Proof we need DC. We DC if it's back on black crime. Yeah, I'm going to check it out, Fi, in the comments. All right, y'all. Another great show. Another one. And this is why we like doing it live. Because when we do it live, we can kind of pivot and do what we want to do when we want to do it. All right? Your car. I'm about to upload everything onto the drive. All right? You said you wanted more responsibility. I'm going to depend on you. All right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.